Apostles. This should be pulling up soon. All right, bro. Wherever y'all was at, we rolling.
Back where we had left off.
Pretty much what we were saying was the so-called white man is trying to engineer a famine by cutting off the CO2, all right, from what it is right now. We call it terraform.
Yeah, terraforming.
Terraform.
Yeah. Well, basically, and that's why they're doing this whole thing with ESG, all right, where they regulate CO2 emissions and try to shut it down. Now, it's understanding basic, biology or biochemistry, we know that we breathe in, every breath we take, we breathe in oxygen, right? And then when we breathe out what? CO2. Well, what do you think the plants eat to go through their processes of photosynthesis and creating energy and everything like that? They eat CO2, man. And that's the foundation of us having life thriving on Earth. But everything this man does is backwards. All right? He's telling you that it's for your help, but actually it's for your destruction. He actually wants to limit how many people are consuming so he can control it more.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
So this is why they're destroying the trees. The water is boiling. Literally, fish are jumping out the ocean. They can't even process the water through their gills because it's too hot and it's too toxic. Okay? Birds are falling out the air just because the electromagnetic spectrum is thrown off by the types of radio waves that are out here, man. Because they just consume, right? Consume, and it produces nothing but perpetual destruction. That's why the seasons are thrown off. The times, they say time is speeding up, right? All of these things are happening because this man is set on pollution, okay? What scriptures we got?
I got Isaiah 26. Yeah, Isaiah 26 and 10, it says, let favor be shown to the wicked,
Right.
and he has favor now, right? It says, yet will he not learn righteousness.
Yeah, man, he has all these resources.
Right.
He has all his control.
Right.
He literally has the funds and the resources to clean up the world overnight.
That's right, bro.
To allow the natural processes of things to be. Stop cutting it off and creating shortcuts. Anytime you try to create a shortcut in the natural way of things, it's a trap. You overheat the ocean. You burn a hole in the ozone layer. That's all underneath you so-called white people's rulership.
That's right.
You Edomites need to get out of the management of the earth, man. You're degenerates. Okay? Go ahead.
It says, in the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly.
Right? In the land of milk and honey, right? He'll deal unjustly. When he has enough to allocate resources the proper way, he'll deal unjustly. When you look at the way the profit margins happen in America to build this place up during the industrial age. So you have free labor, right? You have so-called Negroes, even Asians and everybody working for free. You're paying no labor. You're able to extend your businesses ridiculously. You come into the industrial age, and now people are employees. You give them this minimum wage, right? But according to inflation and how much you should be paid, the CEOs is getting paid 80, 100 times more than what the employees are making. So you have unjust balances and weights, right? And it's just a natural business is supposed to be like this, right? To where you have a boom cycle, you use some of the resources to rebuild and pay off people, and then you'll have another boom cycle. Esau ain't gonna do that. He's gonna keep all the profits and just let you thug it out the whole time through. So it creates more chaos. You know?
Yeah, this double passive laws, you need to go to a corporation that is set up to do business with them in order to continue on to live, to have a life, man. You know?
That's right. That's right, man. But it's all a trap that the Most High wants. Okay?
That's
Revelation chapter 11, verse 18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that they should give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, and to the saints, and to them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth.
Destroy them which destroyed the earth. And we all know who the them is, man. If you look out at the earth to see who's ruling every major sector, you know who's the problem. not that hard to identify. We're just the only people that's coming forward and saying, no, you Edomites, you so-called white people, are the problem of the earth. Okay? It's in your spirit to be. You can't help yourself. Like he talks about, what was that, Sirach 14? Sirach 14.
Isaiah 24, verse 4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away.
Everybody's depressed. The trees are depressed. The birds are depressed. The people are depressed. All right? Everything is depressed. Every living organism is in a state of depression here.
Animals are in the zoo.
That's right. You see them, they just...
Yeah.
But you see the people. For the most part, the people are broken. People, you know...
So-called white man got it so effed up in the game where he cornered the market on every damn resource on the planet Earth to where now you just living to pay goddamn bills. Right?
That's slavery.
Yeah, that's
You're just living, so to speak, just to pay bills.
You get a couple off days. Off
You know
days.
what I'm saying, bro?
These are days you use to clean up and take a damn nap so you can get back to it.
Even your future labor is placed away.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
You know, with all these bills that they pass,
Yeah.
they're placing your future labor away.
Because, yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
even know if you're going to be able to make it 2 years from now.
Yeah.
Because what they pledged away, man.
Bro, the raise you get doesn't even match inflation. So you always chasing inflation, and the only way you can catch up is to take out a loan. So you're always in some type of debt situation.
You go more debt and they get more profit.
And it'll just that loan will just push you back even more
Yeah.
further.
Yeah.
It's fucked with God, man.
Don't get a ticket or something.
Oh, bro,
You said you do get a ticket.
Oh, he's finished. They ruined 6 months of his life.
Yeah, people have gotten so desperate to the point where they have to subject themselves to predator loans.
Yeah.
And predator loans only make their debt even deeper.
Oh my goodness, bro. These loans will get up to, you miss a payment, they'll go to 60-70% interest.
Yeah.
You'll always be paying on interest. Unless you hit a bag, good luck. You know?
Especially with interest rates so high right now, it makes things even worse.
Oh, you need through.
So there's more than the more. It says, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof.
Defiled, man. The earth is defiled under what? The so-called white man's rulership. This so-called white man, he's the cause of the problem. He's the cancer.
Just be honest.
Right. This is not emotion. This is logic.
Yeah.
This is logic.
It's just true.
This is logic, man. We're not out here because we're just so damn angry. You know? We're out because, hey, man, the Bible tells us what it is. You know? The earth is defiled under the inhabitants thereof. Everything is damn jacked up in this damn rulership, man. You got damn homeless people out here, all right? You got all kinds of garbage, all right, that's going on that shouldn't be going on if you living in a just society. You're talking about justice, right, bro? You want to talk about justice? Well, what is justice? It doesn't exist in this world, all right? If you look around, if you got logic in your mind, and you see things for what they are, man. Everything is messed up. It's defiled. You know what defiled means? All right? Messed up. Not the way it's supposed to be.
Yep. Dirty.
Dirty. All right? Distorted. Upside down. The Lord said he would mingle a perverse spirit in the midst thereof. That's what America and all of the different other Edomite regions out there are ruled under, man. They're ruled under this damn defiled type of system, man. I mean, you could call it white supremacy. All right, but it's really red supremacy. The so-called white man is now white, but nonetheless, this is what's happening on the earth.
Yep. I got that word defiled.
Right,
The word defiled is Strong's H2610 hanap, and it says to be profane, to be
Must there be any what?
Profane person like you, son.
Yep. To be profane,
To be profane,
be defiled,
Yeah.
be polluted,
polluted.
be corrupt.
Hey, arise you in the park, but this is not your arrest.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, the brother just brought out the definition of the Hebrew word that's written in the scripture. All right. For that what? For defiled, it means to be profane. The so-called white man, he set up this system. He didn't set up this system on the law, statutes, and commandments of the Bible. All right. Otherwise, you wouldn't have the LGBTQ. All right. Forwarding, this agenda in the world like it is, man. Yeah. Running rampant, man. Yep. You see, that's just one aspect, and his brothers brought out various others, man. The so-called white man is controlling the CO2 and trying to,
and now they got an agenda to track you according to it, according to your purchases, according to whatever you're doing. And this new inflation bill that they just passed, it's really, the whole thing is talking about green energy and tracking CO2 emissions, meaning how the United States work monetarily is they borrow money from the Fed. The Fed is a private run bank. So they go to the Fed. The Fed says your government can borrow this much money. All right? And the banks have to go there too. Now, in order to get that loan, you have to sign a contract, a policy. All right? The Fed gets their policies whenever they have their World Economic Forum, meetings. They write the new policies that they're going to have for the world. So in order for you to get these loans, they already had a inflation rate bill written up. They got it from the World Economic Forum. Now the government's coming out with it because they need more loans. They need more money. What's going to come along with that bill is funds towards these industries, these banks, these institutions, but they're going to have to follow these new guidelines in order to receive those funds. And because they run in debt, they need the loan to keep the operation going. So they're going to have to follow these rules, right?
Keep the Ponzi scheme going.
To keep the Ponzi. It's not going to just be the United States that passes bills like this. The same thing is going to happen with the Chinese BRICS banks. It's just two sides of the same coin doing the same thing. They're going to be tracking and tracing all the bank's purchases, and it's just going to lead to the market of beast, the MOTB system, being more implemented and gradually moving forward until you are the QR code.
Right.
That's really what they want. They want you to be the QR code. You got to be scannable. You're the data. You're being tracked and traced. Right?
Yep, I got some. This is the book of Habakkuk 2:6. It says, "Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, Woe to him that increase that which is not his."
That's the people. The people are going to be fucking protesting because the Most High is going to put it. There's something that the Most High put in a man's mind to be sovereign. All men of all nations. He just chose one type of man. But the pedigree and the mindset of being a man is going to be turned back on to be sovereign. And when they start instituting this stuff, it's going to create chaos, anger, and going to make the nations mad. And when it means mad, it means lose it, go crazy. That's the taunted proverb, man. People are going to be tired of this bullshit.
Yep. It says, "How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay."
Bro.
That word for clay is a back, right?
Yeah.
Debt, the pledges, what we talked about. Pledges, those taxes.
Yeah.
To convert it.
The national debt is 30+ trillion and climbing. The national debt of America. And it never went down, you know what I'm saying? When you ever hear, since when you ever hear 1 year that the national debt went down a couple of trillion? It never did. It always went up. Yeah. Hell, I remember when Obama was in office, that joint jumped up probably about 3, 4. Yeah, right? Double. That thing doubled when Obama was in office, man.
Yep.
You see?
Yeah.
Now you got this slack, yeah?
No.
Now you got this demented old, Biden, you know what I'm saying, individual.
He don't even know where he at. He's just shuffling around. Then they sit him down, he sits down, he looks.
Yeah, exactly.
They put the pen in his hand.
Yeah.
That dude is a true puppet, man.
Bro. Like, damn.
Yeah, bro. That's that I bought ya.
Pinocchio.
One thing I've noticed too, as we all have.
Speak up,
Yeah, one thing I've noticed as we all have is the depreciation of the gas prices over the past couple of months. And we understand to the spirit that they've been doing all that because, you know, they want Joe Biden to get back in there, you know, for the midterm. So they got to make him look like he was this kind of savior, so to speak. You know, he's doing his best to help the American people. And guess what? Once he goes back in there, everything goes right back up. And it gets worse.
But it was done because they increased the interest rates. And when you increase the interest rates, you slow down momentum in the economy. And when you slow down momentum in the economy, it reduces the demand on energy. Okay? So it's all about reducing demand, but they also they fucking with the supply too. They're limiting your access to supply to try to get shit under control because it's so ridiculously out of control. But it's gonna eventually, it's like trying to hold a balloon underwater. That's what they did with the Fed rate. It's trying to hold a balloon underwater, right? And that's why you're seeing this short-term depression in the gas fees when you understand it, right? They're trying to decrease your access to funds in the market and slow things down a bit, cool things off before the election to make it seem like, oh man, it's getting better, just like you said. You know, that's the whole point. That's why they raised the rate so drastically. They've never done that in like 20, 30 years.
You know, with the economy doing so well, why would they do such a
Because it's not.
drastic measure?
Because it's trash.
He's trying to create deflation by limiting philosophy.
Right, that's it.
So much.
But it's basically blowing the other nations out of the game because they can't afford it.
Yeah.
These other nations are rapidly declining. That's why the US dollar is looking strong right now, even though out of all the whack currencies, it's the strongest of the whack currencies because you have to have it to buy stuff in the market. But these other nations can't hold that much because they broke as hell. And nobody wants their fucking currency. They do shit. Nah, so they're going bankrupt. And it's causing the people to get mad. You know? It's just Jamaica, they're protesting right now. Jamaica, Bolivia, we know about Sri Lanka. All these things are going to get more, bro. It's just going to increase until it hits Europe. You're going to start seeing Italy and Spain and France protest. Watch, it's going to come. You know? Yeah.
Remember about Greece? I was like, oh wait.
Yeah. It's going to come, bro.
So this is Isaiah 14:4. It says, that's how I start at verse 3. It says, messing with the app. Isaiah 14 and verse 3. And it reads, and it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, and from the fear of and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve, thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how has the oppressed city ceased, the golden city ceased? The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in continual wrath, in continual stroke.
He who smote the people in continual wrath, man. And this is what the NATO powers were able to do. They were able to go and use warfare to forward their economic agendas, man. All right, and mostly they always had their foot on you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You are the energy behind the growth of America. And he ain't stopped yet. He's created a perpetual opportunistic system to where you might have a couple Negroes just like in ancient Egypt come up. That's it. And they'll laud them around like, look, you can make it. You know, they'll laud them around, okay? But really, there's just been a perpetual stroke on the earth with this guy, man. It's been perpetual.
Shalom.
Shalom. What's up? Let's get it, man. Yeah. Pull up home, man.
See y'all, man. Beautiful.
You're going to set up? Yeah, come on. What's up, bro? This, hey. What y'all see is brotherhood, man.
That's right.
You know, we was talking about this earlier, talking about those guys that don't want to be a part of the brotherhood, don't want to think that they're going to do their own. Think when all hell breaks loose, keep that same energy. Yeah. Keep that same energy, man. Dude, we don't see how that works out for you. You want to start back on that script?
Yeah, you back in Isaiah 14, right? It says, verse 5, The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers.
God.
He who smote the people in continual wrath,
God.
or smote the people in wrath with continual stroke. He hath ruled the nations in anger.
He have ruled the nations in anger underneath. That's why military bases have been strategically positioned in all these different nations, man. They make these nations go bankrupt, force them into a loan, and say, a part of this loan, we got to have this military base. All right? China doing the same thing.
Also, they take their access to their natural resources.
Boom. Oh, yeah.
What do they do? They privatize
Yeah.
their natural resources. So if they have water infrastructure, if they have food infrastructure, WTO, World
Hop
Trade
on
Organization,
camera,
they'll
and
take-
if needs be, use your phone to bring precept you have. All right?
That's a part of the loan that they take. You got to these are the companies that we're going to allow you to have. You're going to have to run it through these facilities if you don't get even access to this stuff.
Yeah, because if they default on their loan, you got to restructure.
Oh, you
that loan.
through.
And guess what?
They go to default. I'm sorry,
You're right, but they're going to give their people over. That's what it's about, giving your people over to the beast.
That's it, bro. 100%. That's what they do, man. And so, but they do it with that perpetual stroke that the brother was reading about there in Isaiah the 14th chapter. It's non-ending. So the Most High is stirring up these nations through that wickedness that they've spread, man. We're seeing it happen more rapidly. The people themselves of the nations are getting angry all across the world. All right? Go ahead.
Yup. And it reads on to say, verse 7, the whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon saying, since thou art laid down, no fellas come up against us.
Boom. And so we talked about how they want to control CO2, how to kill off the plant life. All right? We talked about how depressed the state of everything is. So when this man is taken down, everything's going to be refreshed. Everything's going to be pumped back up. Okay? Bro, you walk around these streets, man, you see nothing but broken spirits, man. From the ducks, the duchess, the geese chasing people, they fucking mad. Okay? We saw that walking over here. You know? The people themselves are through. The only happy people are the crackheads. They're the only ones that's blah, 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 blah. You know, everybody else down, man.
This is a base place.
You know?
That's why I got to that's why we be pulling ahead. We said it, like walking in this area years ago, it was always low.
Yeah.
Years ago, it was more flavor or life out here. Harlem, where we know about it, but 125 and all that. We used to be out here back 30 years ago in the 90s. It was different. It was more of a different vibe. It was more exciting, more fun. On 126, you had all the vendors. It was cool. It was kind of fun and cool back in the 90s and in the 80s, and of course, but now it's through. So,
yeah. Kashai was showing bros around. We was walking around 125th, and he was just like, man, this used to be popping, man.
Hell yeah.
He was just naming this and naming that, and talking about what used to be going on, but it was kind of dead, right? On a Saturday, dead.
Yeah.
You know?
Back in the 90s, boy, it was popping.
You know? But so the earth is going to rejoice. It's going to be refreshed when this man is taken down, man.
I got it.
Let's go, Chef.
This is Ezekiel 35:13. It says, thus with your mouth, ye have boasted against me, and have multiplied your words against me. I have heard them. Thus saith the Lord power, when the whole earth rejoiceth, I will make thee desolate. As thou didst rejoice at the inheritance of the house of Israel, because it was desolate, so will I do unto thee. Thou shalt be desolate, O Mount Seir.
O Mount Seir, that represents who? Esau, Edom. All right, that's Mount Seir. That's what they represent, man. He's going to be desolate. We're watching the beginning parts of that desolation. Go ahead.
And he says the whole earth shall rejoice when the Most High make it desolate. But he says, and all I do me, even all of it, and they shall know that I am the Lord.
All I do. All right, say it like Nate. All I do me. Go ahead.
No, that's
it on that.
It's Isaiah chapter 14, verse 8. I'm going to start at verse 7, actually. You know, I'm going to start at verse 4.
Spirit.
It says, oh, y'all just read it?
Oh, read up.
Okay, come
Where
on.
you at? What verse? All right, come.
Isaiah 14:5. The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers.
Good.
He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger is
Come out
persecuted.
again, bro.
Yeah.
It come out again.
Yeah.
Nah,
You know, it's beautiful though, brother.
Yeah.
The staff of the wicked is Esau evil. You know, hey, the scriptures even tell you that about they that stay on the staff of Egypt. You know, like that broken reed pierced right through your hand.
That's
You
right.
know, that's what's going to happen here in Babylon, because when the Heavenly Father break the staff of this ruler, he's going to break these people right along with it.
That's right.
That's leaning on his system for support, man. Yup.
He who smote the people in wrath with continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hinder it. The whole earth is at rest. And it's quiet. They break forth into singing. Yay! The fir trees rejoice at thee.
As soon as we start going down, everybody gonna go.
That's it.
Yes, nigga, finally.
That's right. That's right. We represent those trees.
right.
Now, naturally, when you look at Babylon, all right, they actually, you know, Christmas trees and everything, that really was a custom that came from those Babylonians. So you can even look at it that way. All these Christmas trees ain't gonna get cut out for this idol worship no more. They gonna serve their purpose, but naturally we represent trees too. You know, so it goes to people, you know. But it says, yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us.
Right. Right, you saw that fella. Matter of fact, tie right into Proverbs, the 29th chapter. Get that real quick. It says, Proverbs 29 and verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bears rule, the people mourn. You know what I'm saying? Jake is, everybody's mourning, man. Not just Jake, everybody's mourning. You know, mainly Jake, because we got the worst of the worst, you know, due to the curses. But Jake is sick. You know, we was getting into earlier, the air that we breathe. This whole land is defiled, bro. The food that we eat, I said shit because it is shit. You know, defiled, all tainted, the water, fluoridated water, got niggas decalcified, they pineal glands all jacked up, they can't think straight, they're emotional, hormones are all off, you know? This place is done, bro. This place is finished. Yeah, that was the point. Oh yeah. I said decalcified, man.
We almost ran a nigga over. He on the bike and a total eating a fucking ice. We almost ran him over.
La La Land.
Yeah.
It's Jeremiah 50, 22 points and 23. It says, a sound of battle is in the land and of great destruction. How is the hammer of the earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? We think of a hammer. A hammer is an instrument to, you know, basically pound and beat things down. We break it down to Esau. Esau is like the reason why everybody's beat down and depressed and, you know, weighed down and just, you know, beat down, man. Now, you know, coming to the time where he's, you know, he's going to be, you know, cut out, so to speak.
Right.
You know?
And hammer is a violent tool too.
That's right.
It's not like a
Yeah,
screwdriver where you gently gotta, you know, screw the shit in. You gotta bang. You gotta bang. That's how the Lord set up Esau, you know, as the hammer of the earth, man. And what you call, you know, the judges use that gaveling. You know,
That's right.
Esau is also the wicked judge of this earth right now, man. Unrighteous judgment goes down every day. You know, so the Lord said, what? How is the hammer of the whole earth broken down? How is it broken down? By the Heavenly Father, bro. We witnessing America, Babylon the Great, circling the drain right now as we speak. You know, so we pro Babylon going down, man. We all for the system going down, bro. We love bad news. See, bad news for us, good news, how we go, good news for them, or good news for us, is their bad news.
That's right.
You know, their bad news is pleasurable for our ears, because why? The Heavenly Father is leveling this place, man. Rightfully so.
That's right.
Yep, you got it, brother. Yep.
This is Revelation chapter 20, verse 12.
Right.
Therefore rejoice ye heavens,
That's right.
and ye that dwell in them.
Right, rejoice ye heavens. Hey, the angels are gonna rejoice. There's angels set up waiting that's purposely that's set up to come with Yahweh Shah when he come back. Like it's saying in Revelation the 19th chapter. You know, when the Lord comes back, he's coming with the host of angels. And in the Lord's Prayer, it says what? Let thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So the angels, the Heavenly Father, the Most High, Yahweh Shah, us, we're waiting for righteousness to be established on earth. So that's why We rejoicing, man.
That's right.
We rejoicing. This is yo, bro. We about to be rulers, man. You know, we about to rule this planet Earth. We about to have slaves. We about to have the law, statutes, commandments in our inward parts, man.
That's right.
You know, which is the beauty of them all. So we always gonna be accepted in the sight of our Lord, man.
That's right.
Just off of that, the Lord is gonna program us, which the word program means to pre-write or write before. So He's gonna write it in us to never go off again. You got it.
God. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and the sea.
Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, which is talking about the people, like you mentioned, the trees are the people. All right, the earth, the seas represents the nations and tongues, like we tell you in Revelation, man.
That's right.
Why it says woe? Hey, even Ezra, a man of the Lord, a prophet, said, woe is me, who shall deliver me from these days, man? From these evils that are coming. You see, now it just seemed like talk. It just seemed like talk regular, because business as usual. But we about to see all these people dead, bro.
That's right.
Like the scripture said, there's literally gonna be dead bodies dropping left and right, possibly from the people that's part of the Jews crew,
Right.
or whatever plagues and pestilence the Lord is going to send here, which He got Esau, Edom engineering these things, man. But we about to witness this thing, bro. It's about to get real out here, bro.
That's right.
You know, we can't. It sounds like we talking, but we can't stress that enough. Brothers who know, we know. Yeah.
For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath.
Right, the devil is talking about Esau, Edom. All right, the so-called white man is the devil. Like we was talking about earlier, it's obvious, but these people are in a state of denial.
That's right.
Cognitive dissonance. They can't picture themselves calling the king of this earth the devil. They're oppressor. That Stockholm syndrome. You know, but the so-called white man is the devil. That's why the scripture said the righteous man that's going to stand in great boldness. Here it is, we in this man's kingdom cursing him out, calling him the devil.
That's right.
That's why they gonna come with that whole law and legislation on sedition.
That's right.
You know, because we are in direct opposition to this man's kingdom. As was Yahushua and the 12 and the disciples and the followers of Yahushua. Yeah.
It says, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he has but a short time.
That's it. You know his time is short, bro. And Esau knew his time was short when this truth blew up, man. When this truth blew up, that's when he knew the clock was ticking, because they've been knew. They know, they have our records. They know who we are. They know we're the Israelites. But they knew someday in the future, when these people start calling themselves the children of Israel, then we gotta hurry up.
That's right.
Now, when we say hurry up, we think it's not an overnight thing. It's not an overnight thing, bro. But think of the time when this truth really sprung up, how fast Esau had to move. Now he still got to do it strategically, because the Lord is putting it in his spirit to have that deceptive cloak over these people still. But we see right through his sloppiness, man.
That's right.
You know, so Esau, you know, hey, what's that? Any precept brothers got? But Habakkuk the second, yeah, you got it. Habakkuk the second chapter.
Amos, right? 9 and 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord power are upon the sinful kingdom.
Right, the eyes of the angels. The angels, they appear every look. What's that? That little dot right there. Y'all see that?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if y'all brothers see that,
Oh,
but
man.
damn.
I believe the testimony.
Hey, hey, Lord willing, y'all brothers see it, man. But one,
I see it, yeah.
you see it, bro?
Yeah.
Hey, that's a spirit, bro. Hey, that's a spirit, man.
Oh, I see it right there.
Hey, that's a spirit, bro. Hey, Lord willing, y'all see it. All praise to y'all, Bashim Shah.
Oh, hello, y'all.
Nah, that's not playing.
Yeah, no, that's serious.
And there's one all the way over there. That's the one right there, right over that building, man.
Oh, I see it. I do.
Yup, that's one. Hey,
Oh,
hey, right y'all Bashim Shah, man.
Separated.
Yeah, I seen it kind of like, maybe it turned a little.
Right there, glittering right there. Yup. Hey, balloons don't float that high, man. That's not a plane, man. Definitely not.
And planes don't go that slow.
And planes ain't going that slow. Nope. Hey, man, that's a spirit, bro.
Chariot, bro.
Oh, that's
All praise to y'all Bashim Shah, man.
Yeah.
All praise to y'all Bashim Shah.
Yeah, that's a chariot. It's flying it right in the crowd.
Yup. You see that one right there sitting there, bro?
I see it.
All the way over there,
The
man.
so-called
Come on, bro.
UFOs, the so-called UAPs, that's the eyes of the Lord.
That's right.
Yeah. Brother literally just read it, man. That's the spirit.
Oh, wow. That was right on point.
Oh, yeah.
Couldn't deny it.
Yup.
The cops.
Scared.
Yo, that's what's going on, bro.
Yeah, man, that's the signs of that. Well, what do the Bible say? There should be signs in heaven. Yes.
Behold, the eyes of the Lord power are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it.
Hey, Israel, man. Israel, 2/3 got to be destroyed. You know, and we reference that to Babylon the Great as well, because Esau, Edom, they took up the law. They swear in the Bible. Here it is, the king of Babylon. All the kings of Babylon swear in the Bible when they inaugurate themselves into office. You know, they swear over the Bible. Right in the scriptures, it said about making oaths and swearing on the name of the Lord, swearing over the scriptures. Show you that this is a hypocritical nation from the jump. Yeah, brother.
I will destroy it from off the face of the earth.
Right now, two-thirds are going to come back. You know, Jacob's going to come back after they destroy it on this side. And America is going to be a giant desert. It ain't going to be it's going to be utterly burnt up and wasted, but this continent is still going to be here, but it's going to be a giant desert. The earth abides forever, like the scriptures say, man. What the Lord is about to do is do a mass cleansing on this place, man. You know, and that fire is that cleansing agent. Even after that, you're going to have the scriptures talk about the wormwood, the contamination of the waters. You're going to have people out there drinking contaminated water, man, dying.
So we drinking contaminated water now?
Yeah. Right.
That's right.
Oh.
Saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord.
That's right. It is the elect. That's right. Hey, that's on Job.
The Lord cut up Israel in two factions. He cut up Israel, the remnant of Israel, and the rebellious house of Israel. That's how the Lord did it. So there's a what? There's a elect of the elect.
That's right.
The elect nation is Israel, but within the elect nation, you have an elect within that.
That's right.
Nation. All right. The book of Ezekiel, tells you that. All right. The Lord told Ezekiel, what? Don't be like that rebellious house, son of man, but go and speak the words unto them, whether they hear or forbear. Right.
That's right. I got one.
This is 2 Chronicles 16:9. For the eyes of Yahweh run to and fro throughout the whole earth to show himself strong in the behalf of them whose heart is perfect towards him.
So beautiful.
Those angels, we rejoice when we see them, but them like supervisors too. They're watching to see, you know, and they report back to the Lord. You know, we got a better chance because we offering up this sacrifice. But just imagine the report is given of the, you know, all of these niggas that's going throughout these streets.
That's right.
And therefore, once grace is up, Lord willing, we're covered under the blood of Yahweh Shai, but these people are going to be through.
Yeah.
You know, and grace, mercy is just about up. Grace is just about up. You know?
I got this. Did you read Joel?
Not yet. I got to help still.
Yeah. This is Joel 3:16. The Lord also shall roar out of Zion and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth shall shake. But the Lord will be the hope of his people and the strength of the children of Israel. And that's going to be that remnant, right? So ye shall know that I am the Lord your power, dwelling in Zion, my holy mountain. Then shall Jerusalem be holy, and there shall be no strangers, and there shall no strangers pass through her anymore. Right. And it shall come to pass in that day that the mountains will drop down new wine, and the hills shall flow with milk. And all
no more strangers will ever have control over Jerusalem.
That's right.
Again, when you read Luke the 21st chapter, it says, "And Jerusalem shall be trodden down until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled." And the final Gentile rulership is you so-called white people, in the form of Babylon the Great in the beast system period. This is it. And y'all have control of that region right now. Well, the Lord told us once we get set back up in that land, none of you are going to be in that land, man, ever again. And you won't have a say-so of the control or the policies of the planet Earth. It's going to be the chosen people under Yahweh Shai, the throne of David, man. You know?
Yeah. It says, and all the rivers of Judah shall flow with waters, and a fountain shall come forth of the house of the Lord.
Right. What is that fountain? That's the pure understanding coming from the throne of David, man. And all of you nations are going to be forced to bow to the names of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai and the chosen people. That's right. Which is far better than the bullshit you're doing here in America. Eating roaches, rats, sea crabs. Right. You won't have that option in the kingdom. That won't be on the menu. And if you happen to think that you're going to eat those things, we're going to send a representative, all right, to handle your ass, man, and to judge you in front of the whole congregation. All of your people are going to see you get ostracized, and they're going to know we ain't going to go against the Lord. That's right. That's how it's going to be in the kingdom, you know?
Right. It's going to be regulated.
Regulated in righteousness, man.
It says, a fountain shall come forth of the house of the Lord and shall water the valley of Shittim. Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness for the violence against the children of Judah, because they have shed innocent blood in their land. But Judah shall dwell forever, and Jerusalem from generation to generation, for I will cleanse their blood. See that?
No more of this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo, and that scripture, that proves Esau's the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows.
Yes.
That's proof right there. And it links you Edomites to Egypt. You're the modern day Pharaoh.
That's right. It says, for I have cleansed their blood that I have not cleansed, for the Lord dwelleth in Zion. And as you know, life is in the blood, man. So the Most High is going to cleanse our spirits and upgrade us in who we are, man. And it starts off with the elect. That's what we're out here for, man, to proclaim the glory of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, that we may receive of that glory and be partakers of that inheritance. And that inheritance is linked with the downfall of this last evil empire. This has to be destroyed for the kingdom of heaven to be established on earth. That's what the Bible is talking about. When you talk about the Lord coming in the Bible, it's not some happy-go-lucky experience. It's destruction and then something being built. All right? That's what the prophecies maintain. What you got, Chad?
Real quick one on that point. This is Obadiah 1:21. And saviors shall come up on Mount Zion to judge the mount of Esau.
Boom. You know, the Most High is setting up people to come and save, just like we had the ancient judges. All right? That upgrade is happening. Go ahead, Chad.
It says, and the kingdom shall be the Lord's.
Boom. So the Most High is going to make up his jewels, like the scripture's talking about. All right? Kingdom is going to be what? Yasha Allah.
That's right.
Israel. That was always what the scriptures were talking about. Never changed.
And then like I said, like you just said, it was always, Esau is always right there. Boom. Like the kingdom coming always synonymous with Esau going down. Man.
Yep.
He's that last hedonistic movement.
Showing you they're here.
They're here.
Esau ain't done away with. Esau is right here. Somewhere buying a sandwich. That nigga is in the earth right now ruling.
Yeah, this is Isaiah 65:8. It says, thus saith the Lord, as the new wine is found in the cluster, and one saith, destroy it not, for a blessing is in it, so will I do for my servant's sake, that I may not destroy them all. And I will bring forth a seed out of Jacob.
But I may not destroy them all. Right. You know we talking about Esau. But I may not destroy them all. I'm talking about Esau, Jacob. A lot of y'all gotta die. A lot of y'all gotta be recycled. Y'all like this. You sit here and look at these people. You know what? As miserable as this condition is, I'm looking at these Negroes and these Hispanics. They love it. They love it. They like this. It's concrete jungles, dirty place with broken trees, the fucking Mr. Softy truck sitting there. You know what I'm saying? As long as they can go get them an ice cream cone, it's okay, man. Walk up the block, get a slice of pizza, it's all good. Y'all love this shit.
They ready to vote Biden back and put Trump back in.
Failure.
Jeremiah 2:14. Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled?
They asked Jake on this show, Family Feud, I believe, what's the one thing you would want when you got into heaven? This nigga said a job. I want a job. He's a homeborn slave. You know? And Christianity and the school system helps instill that mindset into Jake, man. And we're here telling Jake we're going to be sovereign, we're going to have our own kingdom, all right? We're going to have a righteousness is going to flourish. They don't want to hear it. They're homeborn slaves, man. And that's what Esau's system does to the mind of Jake. Okay? Pretty much tells them that's all you're going to be. That's all you should be.
This is a good life. You know?
I'm glad you got that.
Yeah, be glad. Yeah, go to school, go to work, get a good job, you know, and be a rat in this system. Like you said, check the check. The worst way of living your fucking life. check to check, man. You know, it's nothing but a stress-filled existence. You know?
What's that scripture? He that earneth wages to put in the bag with holes.
Haggai. Yeah, Haggai. Yes.
Oh, here you can be a homosexual. If you want, you can turn into a woman. You can turn your children into women. If you got sons, you can turn them into daughters. Your daughters can turn into sons. Like, just ask Dwayne Wade.
Oh, yeah.
And he's openly doing that. Meanwhile, they're canceling Jake that's in that red pill mind state. Those men are being canceled, but if you lay up there and tell your 8-year-old child they can change their sex, you're a hero. So that's grounds for what? Destruction. And the Lord is making sure it gets worse and worse and worse and more perverse so that it can be justified. So we're getting ready to see wickedness on a whole nother level. However, we have to feel it. We have to taste it. We have to see it so that we can be justified and ultimately understand how to be true judges. It's getting so wicked so that we know the importance of the law, man. And once we establish, we're going to know why not to do this. Okay? It's not just, you know, being a homo is wicked, but look at off of the backs of that agenda. Look what else has come.
Right. Pedophilia.
Now pedophilia is being normalized and legalized. So we're going to stop it at the root in the kingdom, man.
Right.
We're going to know, we're going to be equipped to know why righteousness is important. And that's what the Lord brought us through this for, man.
Real quick, Proverbs 29 and 16, it says, when the wicked are multiplied, transgression increaseth, but the righteous shall see their fault.
Right. You know?
That's that transition, that translation. Right?
Real quick, let me read this. Psalms 119 and 71. It is good for me that I have been afflicted, that I might learn thy statutes.
Yep.
I'm gonna tell you something. An old, big, fat head, watermelon head black woman, you're gonna get fucking stomped on. All you fucking morbidly obese, overweight black women, y'all gonna get burnt up.
That's right.
Y'all not going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. You love it here so much, you're gonna stay here forever.
Melted in the group.
Okay? Yeah. You're gonna be ashes. You're gonna become a part of this great desert. Y'all love America. All you love it so much, you're gonna stay here forever. Okay?
Be baked into it.
All these old big, fat head, fat, linebacker looking black women, right? Y'all gonna burn up right here. Lizzo, she gonna stay right here. Along with all of them, man. Y'all gonna stay, Nicki Minaj, Little Kim, y'all gonna stay here forever.
That's not being part of the problem.
You're gonna become a part of the landscape, man.
This is Psalms chapter 5, verse 4. For thou art not a power that have pleasure in wickedness, neither shall evil dwell with thee. The foolish shall not stand in thy sight. Thou hatest all workers of iniquity. Thou shalt destroy them that speak leasing. The Lord would abhor the bloody and deceitful man.
And leasing is falsehood. That's what leasing is. And what is this world? The so-called white man is pushing that whole doctrine of falsehood.
Yeah.
You can turn your son into a daughter. You can turn your daughter into a son. You can, you know, degenderization, whatever the hell. That's all falsehood.
Yep.
There's nothing natural and right about that. But they're saying, hey, you can do this. Trust the science.
Yeah.
Terraform. You know, all that garbage. That's leasing. That's falsehood, man. They trust in that, and guess what they're gonna get for it? There ain't nothing good coming out of it. You know, every action has a reaction, man.
Right. Yep.
You know, every action has a reaction, man.
Yep.
And that reaction is not gonna be a good reaction.
Yep.
All right.
Well, that's why you're seeing all of these pestilences pop up, because all the falsehood that's going out there, man. And that's why I also put the Most High's putting the spirit of madness on people. All right, you got these LGBT alphabet crew. A lot of them are bugged out, and amongst that community, Most High sending plagues. Okay, that's a way of falsehood, man. It doesn't produce anything righteous. So the Most High has something to cure that. All right, destruction.
Oh, well, that's that scripture. And receiving themselves as wickedness. Romans. And receiving themselves as wickedness of their error, which was meat. Meaning the judgments that come from those actions of being out the jungle bumps, AIDS. See what I'm saying? The AIDS, when it came out, it was predominantly the alphabet people. And the reason is, well, that's not true, because heterosexual people. No, because you got a lot of fucking down low people back then.
Unclean lifestyle.
You had men that were really alphabet motherfuckers, sodomites, but they deal with women and men. That's how the AIDS got spread around to heterosexual people. Okay? Because here it is, you a heterosexual dude, and you go deal with a chick, but she was with the dude with last. See, all this, the last dude she was with was.
And now the women, they deal with their gay friends. They deal with their gay friends, and then they'll come out into the world, and you'll meet them. Right. So that's why you got to be careful. You know.
That's why I have no. I'm sorry to cut you. No. Even like right now, bro, I just broke up with a woman that I was in a relationship with for a few. I'm not even in a rush to try to get another woman, man. For real, bro. I'm not even looking to get another woman. I'm so disgusted by women right now. Okay, they're going, you have a fat. But then what's wrong with faggots? Right. No, nigga. I ain't no goddamn sodomite. I like having sex with women. But see, the whole world don't revolve around sex and women. You had units, you had niggas you didn't deal. Howard Shire, so was the Lord dead? Because he didn't deal with women? But they probably said that about Howard Shire.
He figured out his path. As Adam, it was a woman. As Solomon, it was a woman. I'm going to leave this bitch right here. Do this work. This is horrible. Outside.
We did a video in the car in transit. All you little scoffers that make these stupid little statements, y'all about to get burnt up, man. Some of you little ass hurt niggas, man, they're little homos, man. Emotional, spiritual homos, man.
Rioting in the day.
Niggas talking about, man. Man, first of all, man, look, man, I'm almost 50 years old. I didn't have more sex. I don't want to be too vulgar in my words. I didn't have more leg. I didn't have more leg than most of you niggas will ever see. Okay? Come on, man. I said I'll be 50 years old in December. I didn't have more putty than most of you niggas will ever see. I was getting putty when y'all was still little kids. So nigga, you do the math. You get tired sometimes. I done had enough already. I mean, if something come my way, but I'm not caught in no woman and going through.
It's all that wickedness. It's 2 seconds of pleasure.
Are you serious? But no, all the drama you think me. I'm 49 years old. I'm gonna be on the phone. Tell me about yourself. On the phone all night, listening to some fucking bullshit. I didn't care. Come on, bro. I'm gonna just come straight forward. If I meet a broad, I'm like, yo, what's up, man? Yo, we gonna do this? What's up, we gonna do this? Oh my God, what do you think? I'm a whore? See, I'm not dealing with all that. Hey, but that's why I'll just pay for it. I would just rather pay for a piece. Okay? And there's nothing wrong with that.
That's right.
There's nothing wrong with dealing with prostitutes. Okay? If you don't feel like dealing with all the bullshit or anything else, there's action.
Go and get back to it.
That's it, man.
No, I'll wait for it.
All right, this is back in Psalms. This is back in Psalms 5 and 8. Lead me, O Lord, in thy righteousness because of mine enemies. Make thy way straight before my face. And sometimes it comes with leaving off from dealing with these chicks.
Yeah, man.
You cut it off because it brings you into what? Depression.
Right.
It leads you away from the spirit.
There's always a worry in the back of your head.
Oh, yeah. You know? It says, for there is no faithfulness in their mouth. Their inward part is very wicked.
Break it down. Get all that meat, man.
There's no faithfulness in their mouth, in their intention. What comes out your mouth is what's in your belly, what's in your spirit, what's in your heart. And there's no, it's all, like you said, it's nothing but more worry. And there's no faithfulness or fear in Yahweh Shemiah Shai in their mouth or in their intentions. Okay? Dealing with the wickedness of the people of this world. A woman's mind is in this world. Okay? So it's not going to do nothing but usually lead to something that's faithless or doubtful. that you got to deal with.
That their issues, you got to deal with all their peanut gallery shit.
Right.
You can't fix it. There's a problem.
Right. And that's just one aspect of how the world is being corrupted. It's a major aspect because it's the foundation of building family. But then when you look at all the other processes of the earth, it's all faithless as well. Okay? Scripture says this, their inward part is very wickedness, meaning that their inward part, that's what's going to come out your mouth, man.
You women breed homos, man.
You know?
All these young black men that are homos is because of the black woman.
That's right.
Yeah.
Y'all bred that. And you Hispanic women.
That's right.
Y'all bred that.
Right.
You created that. That's how wicked you got there women are.
Right.
But then if a man says something to you, a guy like Kevin Samuels, oh, you're gay. Well, Kevin Samuels said it. He said, that's what they do. They go into the insults. Oh, you're gay. Who hurt you? Oh, you gay. You a faggot.
Yeah.
But then what? I thought y'all liked homos.
They were the biggest supporters. Then when you call them out, you gay.
No, it's a bad thing to be gay now.
Yeah. Right.
Let's show you, these women are psychotic.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
What do you do with that? you go to the club with them, dance with them, they're your best friends, but then when a man calls you out, you use their sexual preference to insult.
Right.
What do you do with somebody like that? Yeah. Only the missiles are going to fix that problem. It's too far gone. It's like what he's reading. The society and the mindset of the people is too far gone, man. And there always came a point where the Lord intervened. At the time of the Tower of Babel, at the time of the flood, at the time of Sodom and Gomorrah, niggas were going too far. And the Lord had to eventually intervene and reset. And that's the point where we're at here in America, man.
Yep.
Okay?
It says, their throat is an open sepulcher.
Literally, everybody's speaking death. We're sitting up here speaking about the kingdom of heaven, and you got people marching for right to just 187 a fetus. Right. I'm talking about it's a strong opinion they have about it. It's not just like, yeah, I want to. No, they're like growling. I want to kill my baby.
Video, a big fat black woman, of course, and it was a Edomite showing how gone and retarded the black one. It was one of them big fat fried breader chocolate mousses, right, with a crazy afro here. And they said, look, if the woman body, let it die. She said, well, what if the child is 2 years old? The woman body, let it die. So what if you say the woman kill a 2-year-old and want to die? 2 times. I see. So you can murder a 2-year-old child.
Yeah. And they're boldly complaining.
But if they do that, they don't get locked up. But that's how gone they are.
Right. All day. But if you stand for righteousness, your body, your choice goes out of the door. What we're doing right now, our body, our choice. This is what we decided to do. They stupid, but our body, our choice. So we got to flip it on them.
Yup.
All right, the other woman thing. Well, my body, my choice.
Hey, you said flip it on them, right? Hey, our sperm, our choice, ain't it?
Yep.
Ain't it fucking our sperm? I want my sperm back, bitch.
Right.
Got a piece up?
Just the end of it says, they flatter with their tongue, destroy thou them, O power, let them fall by their own counsel. Cast them out in the multitude of their transgressions. For they have rebelled.
It's all hidden under flattery. It's all hidden under, the love and freedom of choice. But look at it. And that's what the serpent brought to the earth. And you got to think, what did the serpent show Eve that could make her say to hell with paradise? He gave her a false sense of freedom. He showed her, you're going to be on top. Right. And what did it say about that philosophy? It was good for the flesh. It was good to taste. So these philosophies, it sounds good when you say it, and it sounds like you have the freedom, but it really destroys you. Look at the end result.
Okay. Yeah.
One fucking market where aborted fetal cells are just sold. And this is happening openly right now. Everything is about death. We're speaking life. Literally, this is the welfare of the earth. These little sanctuaries you see set up around the four corners of the earth, the brothers who are in the right spirit, that's the welfare of the world. It's through this message that this world will eventually see peace through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Shai. That you heathen will be able to drink clean water, breathe clean air. That's going to be through this message, man. You know?
This is Isaiah 29:15. It says, woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in the dark, and they say, who seeth us and who knoweth us? And we know that's the elite. We saw Edom, but their counsel is not in the darkness because what they seek to destroy the children of Israel. Started with that feminist movement. The feminist movement is to take away the man from the household because they know that that us as a household, become a strong people, following the commandments, you know.
Right.
It says, surely you're turning of things upside down. How is Esau turning things upside down? Well, first of all, they have the men, the woman over the men.
That's it.
So therefore now we lost all power. We don't have any power at all. We don't even have a power in our household. You know, and that was specifically.
No, my bad. It's like that just proves who the serpent and Eve is again, bro. Destroying whose household, brother? Jake's household, man. Come on, man.
And that's how you know that it says, surely your turning of the things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay, because why? I did a video earlier saying that Esau, Edom is flesh. They're not spirit. They think that they're God. They have a God complex, but they're not God, man.
Right.
You know? So the Lord's gonna let them know that you're just clay. He's the potter.
That's what they're getting ready to find out.
For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? And that's what these
That's what these Edomites do.
That's what they're saying,
The
bro.
fool have said in his heart, there is no God. This is the message, right? This is the spirit that the so-called white man has pushed throughout the world. That, you know, there is no God. You know, atheism. You know, Big Bang theory. You know, science, right? Pseudoscience. Pseudoscience, right, bro?
And then you got the LGBTQ that's saying that, you know, the Lord didn't know what he was doing. I felt I was born this way, but I came out that he messed up.
That's defiance and rebellion.
That's right.
I got a precept for you. Whenever you
Yeah, what it's told.
Okay. It says, for shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? And that's what they're saying. Like, hold on, I was born a man, but I feel like a woman.
Yeah.
You know, or I feel like I'm 12 years old, because the new thing they want to do now is add that P to it, which, you know, the Lord's not going to let that happen. I mean, Lord willing.
The P,
Yeah, the P.
Well, they're calling them what? Minor? What are they calling them?
minor attractive.
Minor attractive.
Yeah, they're really about to make it legal. Like, they're really doing it.
Well, explain that to me. I don't understand.
It's the pedophilia.
They're saying that
They're minor, like minors as kids attracted.
So you know what? That means all them guys going back to Chris Hansen. Remember that? I feel like the what? That's the predator. They gotta all them guys. They have to respond. They gotta apologize. Them guys should be awarded monies, right? Them will catch a predator show. They gotta apologize to all those guys. They gotta give them reparations for scandalizing them, whatever jail time they served. Yeah.
Right.
See, remember that shit? Which that was wicked as hell. I don't even know how they was even locking them guys up like that. That's entrapment. Because you can say, well, wait a minute. First of all, I wasn't really talking to a 14-year-old girl. I was talking to him. It was a trick. It was entrapment.
This is out of the NLT on that whole trans.
It's a hypocritical society.
It's wicked. It says, what sorrow, Isaiah 45:9, what sorrow awaits those who argue with their creator?
Man.
Does a clay pot argue with its maker? Does the clay dispute with the one who shapes it, saying, stop, you're doing it wrong? And that's what they do with creation, period. Everything was altered. The Lord put a particular gene code in it to link with us so that we can, because you eat really to feed yourselves. That's what you're eating for. This devil took all of the plants and the herbs and the fruits and said, he did it wrong. Now, when you read Genesis, it said, you notice it always says, it was good. That word is yapah. I mean, tawab. Agreeable. It's good. It was good. Esau says, nah. Now he's doing that with you know, we can only say so much, but with people. He wants to change, you know, your story. He wants to go inside, you know.
It comes with his image.
Right.
Like we were made in the image of Like the scriptures say, we were made in the image, you know. But hey, what have they done? They erected an image that looked like them, and that's their philosophies and such. And they want to recreate you to be after their image. And they want to complete that with that thing they want to put up in you.
They want you to be the QR code. Trackable, scannable, controllable.
It says, how terrible it would be if a newborn baby said to his father, why was I born? Or if it said to his mother, why did you make me this way? And that's the spirit of a child can choose its own, you know.
That's what's happening right now.
That's what's happening in the world right now, man. What sorrow awaits people with those mindsets.
It talks about that in Wisdom of Solomon, the 14th chapter.
Changing of kind.
The changing of kind. That idol worship. You know? That mindset.
Right, and that's what a lot of people don't understand. These behaviors are all tied to idols.
That's right.
And when you read the laws, when it said a man don't put on a woman clothing, or a woman don't put on what women would do, they would put on the man's armor to go to war, and ultimately that was a sacrifice to a god. You honor the god of Saturn by a man putting on clothes as a woman, and a woman putting on man's armor. That's a spirit tied to that. That's an idol. Yep. And a lot of people, all of these behaviors that's being pushed, they're all tied to orgies. Got its own god. All of the behaviors of this world, and that's why this place is called what? The mother of all harlots. This everything goes back to idol worship, man.
Got some. This is Isaiah 45:9. Woe unto him that striveth with his maker. Yep. Let the potsherd strive with the potsherds of the earth. Shall declare.
That's the King James.
That's the King James.
You read it on the NLT.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Read it.
Read it. That's right. It says, woe unto him that striveth with his maker. Let the potsherd strive with the potsherds of the earth. Shall the clay say to him that fashioned it, why makest thou? Or thy works have no hands? Because somebody might have read that looking for it in the KJV. But you know, it's the spirit, right? So it says, woe unto him that saith unto his father, what beggest thou? Or to the woman, what hast thou brought forth?
Wow.
And it's no wonder that mental illness amongst the youth is higher than it's ever been.
That's right. That's it.
You know what I'm saying? There's actual articles and actual proof on these things.
Yep.
The mental illness and the mental instability of these the new generation is at the highest, man.
Bro, it's off the charts now. They're doing the teledoc stuff. And psychiatry, real psychiatry. I mean, you're booked. You're fucking booked. Which is having these little sessions with people online through Zoom, and then writing them a prescription of Zoloft or Adderall or Prozac or whatever it is. Just like this brother is saying, these drugs are flying off the shelf at record rates. Through the COVID and the shutdown, people lost their damn minds.
Who that been?
Big Pharma. Which is basically all the insurance companies. Which is basically the foundation to a lot of these banks. Which basically is the foundation to everything.
And they're getting sued a lot lately. They're having to dish out a lot of money for their aid in the opioid crisis. And the only reason that is because it's affecting Edomites now. When drugs was affecting niggas, all we got was the Dare t-shirt.
Right.
That's it. That's all niggas got. It was told to get your shit together, and then laws was passed. If you was found with a crack rock, you would do 5 years for each rock.
That's right. On the plate, right?
Right. So now all of those curses are flipping back on you, Edomite. You're addicted to drug. You're the drug addict, man. You go to San Francisco and different states, and man, these Edomites are losing. Colorado,
oh my goodness.
We were there, man. Esau was done. They're all messed up and drugged out. Languishing, man.
Right.
And all of this stems from what? The fact that the Lord's laws ain't being implemented in the planet Earth. The Lord is allowing us to see the end result of a sinful kingdom to where His laws are null and void. That's why Habakkuk was like, "How long, O Lord, are you going to allow the earth to be ran by the ungodly?" And the final kingdom that's going to be you Edomites, which was Babylon the Great and its beast system.
This is Habakkuk chapter 1, verse 2. Oh Lord, how long shall I cry, and thou wilt not hear? Even cry out unto thee of violence, and thou wilt not save.
And we have this mind sometimes too. As a man of the Lord, you be like, damn, the Lord. But then, with you being honest with yourself, the Lord is doing a lot. He is. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes that in the flesh, you feel like that.
So don't attack me. Wait for it.
Verse has hurt dudes don't do that because you have no faith. Right. Or the Spirit of the Lord is coming. At the end of the day, if you veer from the truth, which is this word, the gospel, you veer from doing the work of the Lord and the brotherhood that's doing the right things, you will never acquire one. The scripture say that. You will not from us, but you will never of us.
Verse 3. Why doest thou show me iniquity, and cause me to behold grievance? Which goes into error.
You know, the men of the Lord had to feel it, see it, experience it, taste it as a lesson, man. The Lord taught us a lesson, you know, and then we had to come to the earth Because you got to think, Yahweh Shah was a slave in his own creation. So here it is, we're in our own, under him, and we're that body. We got to see our creation being mismanaged. So we are hurt more than we care in a way that nobody else cares.
That's right.
You know, with much salt, with much knowledge and wisdom comes much grief. Because everything we see, we got an opinion about it. Yeah, in our mind.
You know it's wrong.
It's wrong. You know?
Every little thing, like you so-called men out here in the world, you regular men, you beta male men. You might not be actual homosexuals, but you're spiritual, mental homosexuals to your woman. They got the one dude is like another dude. He's like following in the footsteps of Kevin Sanders. All the beta males and the women are getting on him. He's asking the videos, "Go, your woman, because she tired, because she right out." And everybody's applauding the guy that why a woman don't cook. But what about all the bitches that don't got jobs? Right. That don't cook and clean? See what I'm saying?
Yep.
Come on, man.
Yep. That's another part of the injustice we have to. Right. You know, a woman running rampant and that hurts. Like, we hurt. Gives a fuck. We hurt. We're mad and hurt at the condition of this world, man, because the laws of the Lord aren't being glorified in the earth.
A woman, a fucking woman, a woman. Yo, women are nothing but fucking cartoon characters. Because you look at them, a woman. How can you take a woman serious? How can a woman lead anything?
In a leadership role, they're not.
In a leadership role, a cartoon character. A woman is nothing but all these women are nothing but cartoon characters.
Right.
Going ran amok.
Right.
Like when you was a little kid, Looney Tunes, Bugs Bunny, and Elmer Fudd, and Porky Pig, and Daffy Duck,
right,
and Mickey Mouse. It was funny. It was for comedy as a kid. That's women.
Yep.
Including your mother, your grandmother. They're not but cartoon characters.
Right.
Some goddamn woman want me to take her serious? You want me to take you serious? That's because of the devil, Esau.
Right, and it's women are bad out of their order. See, women are a good thing, but in the order the Lord made them for. And this is what this world is boasting up against, the order of the Lord. And now look at the end result. Women are more depressed and hurt and sick and broke down with more freedom.
But you're supposed to follow them. They're on all kind of psych medication. One minute she's cool, the next minute, one minute she's cool, the next minute she just break out crying. And I'm supposed to listen to you and follow you.
Right. This is the problem. Nature is taking its course. They're not made for that position the serpent gave them, and it shows. So it's not like we hate women. We hate the order that they are in the society. We have to speak against it. It's not good, and you're seeing the end result of it. And you know the beauty of it is the Lord put the Spirit on them to show everything that we've been saying to be true by calling into the show. They call into the show. So it's not, what are you mad at Kevin? What are you mad at him for when these bitches are the ones going on these shows and showing themselves to be absolute crazy?
And all he would do is ask questions. And like my man said, I give back what you give me.
That's it.
Because no, the narrative has been so long. It's okay for a woman to disrespect a man. So if a man gives back that energy, oh my God, he's a monster.
Right.
You talk loud to me, I'm gonna get loud with you. You insult me, I'm gonna insult you. I just project back.
Right.
Yeah, that's it.
From the 60s up to 2000, you would have thought a woman with shit didn't stink. She was an angel. You really thought, that's what I grew up thinking, that women were just pure, man. So to really grow up as a man and see, oh damn, the Lord put the Spirit on them to show it themselves.
And let me explain something to you about women. They know they ain't shit. That's why we got more beta males. And you know what, we've all been on that flip side. I've been a beta male before. Little bitch will play you because you trying to be nice, because you were taught by your mommy and your grandmommy to be romantic, to be a gentleman, hold the door for a lady when you see one. Oh my God, watch your language. There's ladies around. Watch your language, yo. Watch your language, man. There's women in here. Watch your language, bro. Can you believe that shit?
Our aunties taught us how to curse.
I learned the curse words from my mother. Not even my father. I learned curse words listening to my mother and my aunts.
It was my auntie.
In the kitchen drinking beer that I saw. Playing dominoes. Women are grimy, man. So when you a dude and you come and you all lover man, you trying to be romantic, they don't respect you. They don't try to respect it. Oh, you know I'm a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I done had all kind of dicks up inside of me and everywhere else. And this nigga out there talking about buy me flowers, be romantic.
Yeah.
Talking about he want to make love to me.
That should make him feel guilty.
Yeah. Every time I got in that spirit, I lost.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I had roses, chocolates.
Me too.
Pissed.
But the chicks that I treated like shit, I couldn't get rid of them. I can't get rid of them.
Jeremiah 31:22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. And that's what we're experiencing. That's what we're seeing. We're seeing this play out under the rulership of Esau, man. All right. Like the brother was just expounding on. All right. Everything being damn out of order and jacked up because the so-called white man, the serpent, has given this damn woman, all right, power to be over a man. And look at the end result. Look at there's no constructive results coming with this system, you know, being at play, man. All right, everything is chaotic. Everything is out of order. Everything is going to degenerate, just like the elder brought out earlier. You beta males and you effeminates, you homos. You were breeded by these women, so-called women, that's been brought up in this system, man. Right. Brought up into this damn bullshit. That's right. And look at what it's brought you. Look at what it's got you. All right? Bugged out of your damn mind. Now you need to be destroyed with nuclear fire, man. That's right. That's right.
So Ecclesiastes,
You got it.
so Ecclesiastes of Sirach 25 and 24. Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. You know, that's talking about going back to the beginning of Genesis. You know, through Eve, all these women go off, man. Because why? Because they're a weaker vessel to sin. That's why in the video, like the brother was explaining.
Yeah, exactly.
A grown woman,
Grown-ass woman with
A baby scooter.
weave down to her ass.
yeah, on a scooter. That's a grown-ass fucking woman.
Grown-ass.
But you know what? I'm not mad because she's a cartoon character. They're nothing but little kids and cartoon characters. See, like you said, for a long time, we took women's time. We really thought women were intelligent, mature. No, they're not. They're nothing but stupid, dumb, overgrown, fucked up in the head little girls and big bodies. It's true.
It says,
And you have to look at them as such. Okay? You have to look at them as such. Now, if you happen to have a woman, you can't take her serious either, man. You happen to look, whatever.
Ignore it. A lot of the shit you gotta cook.
You just gotta ignore it. Anything flat. First of all, never let the woman give you no ultimatum. Never. That goes, all you brothers listening. Hey, man, yo, if you ain't doing what your woman wants you to do, I'ma leave you. Alright? I'ma leave you.
And you'll upgrade once she's gone.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. We all fucked up a one bedroom. That one bedroom right now, as a man, solitary, man.
Yeah. Woo! Hey, like that Neil Diamond song. You know that Neil Diamond song? I'll be what I am.
Yeah.
Solitary man.
That's the best way to
Solitary man. That Neil Diamond song.
Brothers who got that situation, don't mess it up.
I do.
You doing a good you the Lord.
I
You know?
love it. I'll be what I am. Solitary man. That Neil Diamond song.
This is 2 Timothy 2:4. No man that warreth entangle himself with the affairs of his life. Part of that is that woman. You know? It says that he may please
Anything you have in this world, man, it just is what it is. You use this world as not abusing her. If you got a woman that's doing you right, it's not, hey, you do right by her, she do right, that's cool. All right, but ultimately, you got to be of the mindset, I can lose this shit. So you're not emotionally invested in it. It's just a situation, man. All right? All things are going to be made new in the kingdom. You know? We all, of course, if you got a woman, you may want her to be delivered. But man, the Lord ain't worried about that shit. The Lord ain't sitting up there looking at, I'm setting him up just you're setting, but you preaching the word. Now, if these people be delivered and all of that, hey, call all y'all about. But you gotta be good, you gotta be at peace with the fact that it's possible that even your own children might not make it. Now, what man that got a child don't want them? You know what I'm saying? Of course. But you gotta know, that's why the scriptures say they love not their lives unto the death. That's a mindset of a warrior. And we're in a war. When we first got the first click like on a YouTube video, the Hebrew Israelite, you entered into a war. You were enlisted into a war. So now we're being molded for what mindset we made. And a lot of niggas hear these talking points and they get emotional. What they man, you hate my woman? Niggas, shut up, man. Ain't none of these apostles ever went to any brother with a woman's house and said that bitch gotta leave. That ain't what's being taught.
We're not taking no questions, bro. We're not taking questions. We just teach. Well, we don't want to hear your statement. Keep teaching. Keep teaching.
When you continue in verse 4, it says that he may please him who had chosen him to be a soldier. And that word soldier means solitude.
Right. And we're not civilians. We're in a war. Like when you go, when these particular jakes or particular militaries go across the world and set up bases, they're not civilians. They're there on a mission. We were born for this mission. So that's when we talk stuff like this, it's all about a mindset you gotta have that's needful. Because shit is gonna get ready to happen and you don't wanna be in that mindset that this particular vessel in this world or this particular time in this world has sway over your judgment, man. That way, because you can bow the knee.
See, because there's something that's gonna come, you know what? There's gonna come a day where the prophets of the Lord, the men of the Lord are teaching like this, and some bugged out weirdo, two-bit nigga gonna come up like that being disrespectful. The Lord is going to act right away.
Yep.
That day is going to come, man. Yep. These niggas, they going to remember that. You got all kind of demons on you, drugged up, whatever. Probably sleeping in the park. You know what I'm saying? Yo, man, we doing but maybe that's one of the demons from dollars following us. Because, what the Bible say, a poor man who is proud.
Yeah. Right.
I know that nigga's homeless. Come on. There's a whole contingency of them here. He probably sleeping on this bench. Niggas sleeping on you a homeless, down and out dude, but you gonna you gonna come against the word of the Lord. If anything, he should be like, yeah, Lord. But that shows you the times we in. A homeless derelict coming against the word of the Lord. You ain't got shit. You sleeping on this bench.
Yep. Revelation 11:4. These are the two olive trees, northern and southern kingdom, and the two candlesticks standing before the God of the earth. And if any man will hurt them, fire proceeded out of their mouth and devoured their enemies. And if any man will hurt them, he must be killed in this manner. That type of power is coming. And that ain't coming just because you saw it. You got to believe that. You got to believe that that's coming for that to come. You know. The spiritual power ain't just coming to no low-level nigga that's just an Israelite. Nah, you want to be an Israel of the Most High. You want to believe this. Like, we believe Yahweh Shai rose. That's right. We believe that. He conquered death. Yeah, he conquered death. We don't doubt, maybe it was symbolic. Because you got a lot of interest. Maybe Moses, I don't know. Nah, we believe that type of power exists.
Yeah.
You got to be crazy. Yeah, we're crazy. A part of being in this truth, you gotta be crazy. But in righteousness, like the niggas say, crazy for Christ, be crazy for Yahweh Shai. Right. And that word foolish, and fools, when you go to the root, it talks about knowing the secrets. So knowing the secrets and the faith of the elect is gonna lead to these things happening in the earth, man. You know what I'm saying?
Got some. This is Philippians 2:12. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling.
Want that, brother?
Yeah, well, that's to tie into what the other brother was saying earlier concerning marvel not. Yeah, it's going to say marvel not your trespasses if you want to go and get behind your back, chip up herself, chip up the kids. And we can't mama, bro. We can't get bent up over that. Some Jake's wrong, but at the end of the day, that's why scriptures and lessons and talks like this is for, bro. I mean, see your age. One thing with Jake you learn, bro, is hope for the best. How we go? Expect the worst, but hope for the best. We hope for the best.
Trust ye not in a friend, put ye not confidence in a guide. Keep the doors of thy mouth from her that lieth in thy bosom.
Right. Don't take nothing in this life too serious, man. Except the truth and the brotherhood. These women, man. What we say, and the world is finding out, because when we first came in, we hadn't heard them talking points. The woman, but we, you know, even if some of us got emotional, we kept living, and we found out that it was true.
Smile right there.
And now we're living in an age where the Lord told them to tell on yourself. Go on the internet and act the ass. So everything is solidified. We should already know. We should already be at the point as men of the Lord to where women don't have dominion over us. Now you got particular weaker brothers, and this is an exhortation. You got brothers who may be stronger in areas, but a woman is the last thing in these times you want to invest.
Yeah.
All right, your stock in like that, because it'll fail. The Lord will it'll go left.
That's your boy.
It'll go left if you got that mindset. That's your end all be all. My earth. Hey, the Lord, man, is eventually he'll use that woman to ruin your walk.
This is verse 6.
You've had brothers out of woman, and then the Lord gave him a woman, and hey, man, you know what I'm saying? So be careful. And in these times, man, you don't even know if it's a woman.
Straight up.
And you look at them, you'll be looking at a video, and you'll be like, damn, she fine. And then the nigga keep talking, and you're like, I had my assignment, reassignment. You'll be like, fuck. Esau got men looking at what they think of women, saying, ooh. But then come to find out, it's a damn fucking man.
Yeah.
So you should have the mind, you should be turned off. You should be like, ugh. Now every man has his spirit. But really this world and these women should, ugh.
Yeah, man, like I said, I'm turned off with this concept of trying to be in a relationship. I'll stay by myself. If I want a woman, I'll go pay for one. That's it, man. I'll go pay for some women. If I want it. Just to get that feeling off. Other than that, I'm done. I've been there, done that, did that. I done had enough buddy for 2 lifetimes.
Right. And even if you do deal, you would rather be somebody that I already know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And in my case, I ain't doing that either. Because even the bitches I had, they ain't worth shit, man. It's like, we could be cool, but we could be
We in the worst case scenario.
Yeah, we could be friends, but
nature can't take us. But really, we're supposed to be going around the world conquering. You know, setting up dominion. You really gotta cut off your natural instincts in a world like this.
Because these women are so, once again, these women, TD Jakes here, and y'all can't try to cancel him. These women, they got masculine energy, and that's a turnoff. Yeah. That make you ride, not want to get hard with a woman that's shooting masculine energy. Yep.
That's that security guard spirit.
This is Micah 7:6. For the son dishonoreth the father, the daughter riseth up against her mother, the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. A man's enemies are the men of his own house. We'll be going into the, like, one of y'all made the example about, your woman in that day. They gonna leave you, man, or sell you out to Esau. And not even just them, but certain people you was cool with, certain friends, one of your partners, Whenever Esau track him down to find you and it got to go through them, that's believe they're going to sell you out. Especially a woman.
Bro, you go home and the woman been down with you all this time, watching your videos. And you go home one day and we had to get the chip. How was we going to eat? Your son got it. He going to be like, bitch. But you at that point, what do? You gotta keep on to the walk.
And then you get some food off of that thing, man.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, fuck it.
Use the world, right?
But she ain't gonna make it.
She ain't gonna make it.
Then you be texting, brothers, is it okay to fucking get
You're crazy, bro. It's crazy.
You gotta pray, bro.
I got a subscription.
It said don't get it. That's it.
I got something real quick. This is Jeremiah 16:1. It says, the word of the Lord came also unto me, saying, thou shalt not take thee a wife, neither shalt thou have sons or daughters in this place. And this is spiritual. Just like Paul said, those that have wives act like you don't have any. Well, same thing, for the, wife and children. Meaning, we love our, for those that have wives and children, love your children and stuff like that. But it goes to the word of the Lord comes first, man. That's right. The word of the Yahweh Shai, to that is nothing. To them is nothing, right? It says, the word of the Lord also came unto me, saying, thou shalt not take thee a wife, neither shalt thou have sons or daughters in this place. For thus says the Lord concerning the sons and concerning the daughters that are born in this place, and concerning their mothers that bear them, and concerning their fathers that begot them in this land. They shall die of grievous deaths. They shall not be lamented. And like I said before, during the time of Jacob's trouble, you have to have that mental fortitude. Like, a lot of times, if they're not in this truth, man, it's because they've been sealed. Now, the Lord can have it to where, you can save your whole household, but in your mind, have it to where, like, I might be the only one saved, in the chariot. And they might have to come back again. That's the type of mindset you're supposed to have. Like, you know what? I was meditating on that day, like, if everybody goes and I'm just alive, then call Lord Yahweh Shai, because it might get down there.
Because they're going to come back.
And they can come back.
Or you could be separated from them and not see them, and they could be taken care of. You know what I'm saying? The whole time you separated, you still got to walk to walk. Or you're just going to be, it's going to be on your mind, but at the end of the day.
It's like you talk about a warrior having a family at home, and you constantly worried about them instead of the war. Get yourself clipped.
Yep. I got something. Second Esdras 16:40. This is advice, man. O my people, hear my word, make ye ready to thy battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. Now, what is a pilgrim? Ultimately, you're traveling on to a journey where you stop. You may stop and eat somewhere, and in the ancient world, Jake will open up his house to you. As he knew you were traveling, travelers, there were particular men who will open up their house. You stop somewhere, you eat. But ultimately, that ain't the end. Like, America was just a pit stop for us to get to our glory.
That's right. So I got that word pilgrim.
Okay.
Just in the dictionary, pilgrim, a person who journeys to a sacred place for religious reasons. So we're just passing through this place because we're on a journey to a sacred place. What's that? The kingdom of heaven on earth, man. The return of Yahweh Shai, man. This is really just a rented time. Like you said, you just put on a mask.
This is a costume.
This is just a costume. Like, you just play it out, and you don't have an emotional attachment. Now, easier said than done with certain aspects of things, but that's what the brotherhood is for. That's why the brotherhood is so important. Because it's your brothers that's going to remind you if you're going too far this way or that way in the flesh sometimes. That's right.
In the one-line etymology, it tells you that pilgrim also, like you brought out, also one seeking a miracle.
Look at that.
One seeking a miracle.
Yeah.
That's another, breakdown or definition of etymology. One seeking a miracle, which ain't that what we wandering, right? What we ain't wandering aimlessly. We seeking miracles daily, man. Daily.
Yep. He that selleth, 2nd Esdras 16:41. He that selleth, let him be as one that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one that will lose. Now the system we're entering into is getting ready to play on your flesh behind what? Buying and selling. All right, your ability to sustain yourself. That's what buying and selling does. You sustain yourself by what you buy, what you sell. You also sustain yourself and you have money. That system is getting ready to be used as a weapon against the people. So this is a mindset to have that's very important.
No, I was just going to land back on that. That's the mindset that you carry to where you're not attached to whatever you're buying and selling, whatever you got going on here. We all gonna live our lives. We're gonna buy and sell, but what's your priority? Is it within that, or is it within something new that's something?
He that occupieth merchandise as he that hath no profit by it, and he that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein.
Yeah, you might have a situation where you building a business or you get a new spot, you got a new crib or whatever, you may upgrade your spot fam. But you, in your mind, you're not attached to it, you know? Because there's going to be brothers that have businesses. There's going to be brothers that have enterprise. There's going to be brothers that, you know, get things. You know? But your heart and your mind is not set. Why? Because you know this is a decaying idea that's here. It's going away.
Sovereignty. We need sovereignty. In order to enjoy family and all of the things that the scriptures, you have to be sovereign.
Yes.
You can't live in the Esau system and enjoy family.
Yeah.
It's not set up for you to.
It's not.
The laws ain't implemented.
You can only be, you have to be sovereign to keep the law.
Man.
In order to have
That's
a
right.
woman,
Hand in hand.
That's right. Man.
righteousness, the law's got to be implemented.
Yeah. In
You
order
can't really
to-
enjoy your offspring in this kingdom. You can't really enjoy it. You're too worried about them. You're too worried about them because of all the wicked. You gotta watch out for your children to make sure that they don't get tainted by this world. And then you gotta constantly be on your woman, and then you gotta worry. This guy, yo, man, come on. You know?
Yep. Verse 44, they that marry as they that shall get no children, and they that marry not as the widowers. That's a mindset. Jacob said you were faggot for pushing that mindset. But Paul said that. Paul warned you that if you do deal with a woman, you're going to have trouble in the flesh. He told you if you don't have a wife, don't seek one.
Yeah.
So all of these things are in the scriptures as a way to govern ourselves, as a way to act on the planet Earth.
Spirit, I'm in it. That's what Paul said.
Yeah.
If you lose from a wife, don't seek one. Why would you seek a wife knowing that, like, if you was innocent, whatever.
Bro, you just get out of a chaotic situation.
You jump right.
You jump right back into it. It's like as soon as she start talking, you're going to be looking in the sky like, what the fuck?
No, and then the Lord gonna say, hey, the Most High, look, nigga.
Yeah, you were free. Jake be free 2 weeks. And back in I love her. Now I'm realizing that I love her. Jake is tripping.
Oh man, homie, my mind is playing tricks.
You got some brothers like that. They can't really be happy unless they laid up. So you got to be at peace with yourself in this.
You know what? That's the mindset of a woman. You know what it is? A lot of brothers, a lot of men in this world have the other vibration of the woman. That's a woman. These women, they can't be alone. A woman, I guarantee you, if your woman break up with you, the next couple of days she with another dude.
Yeah.
Just a date.
Yeah.
Maybe that same day.
Yeah. For sure.
Because as a woman, they can't be alone.
Right.
They can't be alone. So, yo, you got dudes like
Bro,
that.
you got to be able to have fun alone, man. So right here, your thoughts, man. You know? Sometimes you get out,
I love being alone.
get around water as a man, find you a body of water to go around, walk, look, think,
Work
pray
out,
to the Lord,
exercise,
work out.
man.
You know what I'm saying?
Get into your training. You know what I'm saying? Watch documentaries, watch videos, study, get diligent, get into doing more videos. You gotta be all up on the videos, all up on the TV, teaching.
You got 3 cents real quick?
Yeah.
This is Matthew 16 and 24. It says, then Yahweh Shai unto his disciples, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself. And one of those ways of denying himself is this world. You know, when it comes to the truth, you know, you sort of do what thou wilt. You know, you want, do whatever the hell you want. When you come to the truth,
live your life.
right. And the first thing you have to understand, coming to truth, you're going to be a subject under men. Because a lot of times, you know, Esau tells you, oh, you got something, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, Jake got that chip in his shoulder because of all the oppression and stuff like that. And especially when they see Jake that look like them,
Yes.
they'll
That's
be
the
under
main
authority
thing.
under Esau for that paycheck.
Yeah.
But for Yahweh by Shemi Ashai, how much more to be under authority under men? And, you know, denying the stuff of this world. It says even, and like I said, even women sometimes, and the Lord might do it. Even if you might want to do it, the Lord have you, you know, dry for a couple months, just because you might need to be purged from.
Yeah, that's right. And I can relate to that. But like, man, everything you said, I've lived it, man. The Lord has put me through it all, man. You be dry, you be thirsting for a woman.
Yeah.
But the Lord, nigga, you can't fall into no pussy. Because the Lord, look, nigga, you need to dry out for a little while. You need to sober up a little bit and get your head together, get your priorities together, then I'll give you a group. You know, when you're a young man, you all horny on fire. Yeah, you know what I mean?
The reason says, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross, burden his work, picking up the plow, and follow me. And what did Yahweh shall live? Yahweh shall live to austere life, and he was constantly depressed. Why seeing his people, your own people that you're here to save and heal, with those same people that say crucify him. There is no other God but Jesus. He was brokenhearted, just like how we brokenhearted. Because we constantly see our people, you know, I mean, come on, just like the elder said, the reason why we're in this situation is because we have a special love for people. When we first come, we're like, Dad. When you know, the elders will say, fuck 2/3 of the hell with like, you're like, yeah, I love my people like coming through, but as you get seasoned and stupid, you say, no, it's still wicked. They don't give a fuck about the Lord.
You have to learn that one through experience.
Yeah, through experience. And you start saying, no,
Speaking of the
I understand exactly what the Bible tells you to say. Fuck these people. You're going to get that hard, like, you know, that hard.
Yeah. You know what's heavy about it? What else? Straight out. I ended up watching a Netflix series, a movie called The Young Messiah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's called The Young Messiah. And what's heavy about what you said, bro, is Yahushua in his adulthood, which 12 years old, you know what he did. He went to the temple, his parents was looking for him. You know what I'm saying? He's like, you know now, I'm supposed to leave on my father. But this showed extrapolation of when before he came into adulthood, he was being plagued by demons around him. The Roman Empire, they, you know, because what happened? Herod put out the hits on, you know what I'm saying, on every child.
Look at that. I shall smite you with that.
So it's like Yahushua went through his whole life.
Yeah, man, this is what see.
It's called The Young Messiah. It's pretty dope. It just shows that how Yahushua's life was always, it was always you know, some spiritual battles. Even before he came into adulthood, Yahushua was being attacked by them spirits. That was more when he came and it fulfilled his life.
Look at this chick. Yeah, that dude, you know, he wants to leave that body. He wants a car to hit him. That's a woman.
Yeah, it's a woman.
She was, I thought it was a dude. She wants to leave that body. Hey, if I was her, I would too. She wants to leave that body, man. See? That's the, you're gonna see, but it's gonna get worse than that. That's nothing. That's nothing. Look at that.
Hey, we're gonna see way more of that.
Yeah.
Desperation.
Yeah, brother. That's some serious shit right there.
Desperation.
So you're starting to see younger women homeless.
Yeah.
Yeah, women, you be like, you know, but she's homeless.
One more. I got one more line. It says, this is Matthew 16:20-25. It says, for whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it. What does it mean, lose your life? Well, it can mean both ways. You can lose your life in this world, and some of us might have to physically lose our life, not taking that MOTB. And again, the Lord's going to put that spirit upon us in that mental fortitude for us not to take that shit, because we believe that thing is coming very close. You got something called, they call it Biden, the AMTV dude said it. He said Biden something, but
Biden bucks.
the Biden bucks, right? Yeah, the Biden bucks. And you know, during the, you know, we all know during the this whole thing that was going on, they were implementing the CBDC in all these countries. While everybody was looking here, they were doing it behind everybody's back. Why? Because they have to bring about the new order. And mind you, like I said, I think in my video last game, they were supposed to bring out the MOTB in 2017. Yeah. So 2030, I think you said it. 2030, they got to be already. Everybody supposed to be chipped, not getting started. Yeah. Already, everybody chipped. The ones who want to get chipped. Already spirit world, everything's already set by 2030. Yeah.
They don't count on us being here.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, the World Economic Forum, they're pretty much trying to get this digital ID, this digital system set up worldwide.
And Lord willing, he said something like September, October, they're gonna Lord willing, the economic crash is gonna happen.
Yeah, straight up. Yeah, probably in October is what they be talking. That's what they're saying. There'll be another downturn, and that downturn is gonna lead to an adjustment. that everybody's going to have to comply to. Because what's going to happen is it's not going to be specifically America that collapses. It's going to be all the other systems around it that collapse. And if those shut down, we can't consume. And that's going to make the people here go crazy. So that's how a famine can come. A famine don't mean necessarily like the crops get burned up. Right? There could be a famine just because nothing is moving. And nothing can get to you. And for America at its rate of consumption, if the machine stops, if a domino falls in this part of the earth, it can lead to this falling, that falling, that falling. And then it shuts down everything that America consumes.
So they say Americans can use about 16 tons of carbon they emit. Where they want to get it down to 2.
Yeah. That's a lot of death that needs to happen.
That's, I mean, less resources, less traveling. I mean, you go sit your ass down somewhere, and a lot of people got to die.
Yep. They're going to force you to be, you're going to, like they say, the cars. We were talking about that one time.
Yep.
Where everybody don't have a car. You just scan your QR code, then you can start the car. Yep. You can rent the car for however long you're going to drive. But it's going to be tracking your emissions. Yep. And all the, like you were saying, all the policies for the MOTB systems, they're in there. It's like, it's just, all it needs to do is the actual infrastructure is just being gradually upgraded. Because there's places like Sweden and Denmark, they're pretty much already, they're already in that system. China, you know what I mean? All they need to do is implant. You know, and a lot of the people already have it like that. To where, like, you just scan and go. They just fully track and trace.
2023, Biden, the white man's going to show you. He tried to tell you in 2022.
Yeah.
Because he's telling you, because they're bound by their own satanic oath to tell you something before they do it. So that way they're free from, being guilty. You know? So they tell you through their movies. But now, Klaus Schwab and them, they ain't playing with you niggas. They're coming and straight up telling you, look, we need an angrier world. There's too many people. There's not enough resources to sustain the amount of people. Global warming is too many. They're going to cut off a certain. They told you the Georgia Guidestone was there. It was there telling you. That was basically them saying, nigga, we told you.
And what you're going to start to see is when you go to a fast food restaurant, I would never do that. But if you happen to see somebody else at a fast food restaurant, because I know you would never go right. They're only going to have a limited menu, right? It's not going to be 85 different things on the menu anymore. You're going to start to see, you go to McDonald's, you got a Big Mac, you got look,
on the side of that Big Mac is going to be
a number.
How much carbon
100%
emissions.
Well, it started out like that.
100%.
How much carbon on the
It
side
started
of
out
it.
like that. It started out like that.
Shrinking.
It started out like that.
We can say shrink first.
The illusion of choice is going to start to be taken away as we gradually go into the market of these systems. Okay? And you're going to be forced to it, and it's going to be painful for a lot of people. Very interesting.
Oh no, but like a lot of these undesirables you see around here, all these homeless people, all these other weirdos and drug addicts and weirdos.
Don't smoke that over here, man. I want to smell that.
Undesirables.
They're gonna be wiped out, man.
Homeless people.
Hey, have a good day, man. Have a good day. Have a good day. Have a good day. Have a good day, man. Have a good day. Have a good day, man.
I will.
Well, you know Satan's gonna do his thing. There's a powerful weakness. I knew Satan was gonna come.
Yeah, you hit home.
Have a good day off.
You hit home. Motherfucker, the undesirable, nigga, that's me. He got
He's an Edomite. He got mad
he said the
because he's an Edomite. So he ain't supposed to be like that, but the elites have fucked over their own people, man. That's an Edomite. He's supposed to be ruling. He's supposed to have a piece of the pie.
So-called, the small hat stole a blessing and left all of you other Edomites. And that's what you got, this make America great again mindset. That's the poor Edomite pissed off at the elites. And the Lord is going to, that's going to be a shield for us. Because they're going to rebel. When Esau come with that system, them red-blooded Americans and people are going to lose their shit. People are going to lose their mind like this is complete, this ain't what the Constitution said, this is complete tyranny. This is what George Washington warned us about. So them type of people are going to be like a shield for us. They're going to be out fighting and the Lord going to work his work.
Yeah, they're gonna go crazy.
They're gonna go crazy.
Egyptian against Egyptian.
Yeah.
Scripture say that.
If I was a
Scripture
broke
said that.
Edomite, I'd be going nuts.
Well, see, if I was a guy like him, if I was a Edomite like him, I'd be on some John Diligent. Robbing banks and doing that.
Yeah.
I'd be on that Bonnie and Clyde. John Diligent.
Right.
Type spirit, man.
Because what he's trying to do is totally mad. And it's going to be hidden under, the saving of earth. But it's really the most massive slavery this earth will ever see. Like, you all, what's his name?
Harari.
He said the tyrants of old didn't have this technology. We now have the technology to be able to be a tyrant from inside someone, That's tyranny. This is what Nimrod tried to do. He didn't have this now they have the technology to where we see everybody.
That's the point of technology.
So they're going to use the resources of the earth. They're hoarding them all to themselves. They're going to use it as a weapon. So they're going to use it to play on the flesh of the people. That's why it's called the hour of temptation. And see, we got to know and believe and understand that the so-called white man ain't the end-all be-all of how food comes to our mouth. Just because this devil shuts off food, hey, that don't mean, hey, somebody get Habakkuk shot? The 3rd chapter, the last
And the Lord said, my servant shall eat.
He said, yeah.
And the Bible also says the just shall live by faith. See, so that's at the end of the day, the Lord's going to really test us to see if we're really down with this thing or not.
Yeah.
We're going to see, are we just in this for man? Or are we in this thing because we really believe in how about you and how it's shot?
Yep.
See what I'm saying?
We're going to be tested. And it's going to show who really loves their life and who doesn't. But the scripture said one of the signs of the elect is waiting on that they're covered under the blood of Yahweh, but they love not the life of the so there's nothing can break them. Nothing this devil does within this life or whatever this system, it don't change the outcome of our judgment. That's power.
What?
That's a victory right there. When you have that mindset where nothing this devil can do can break you, he can't win. See, Esau plays on the flesh of the people. This whole psyop from 2020 to now was an assault on the mind. And people were broken just on him blowing on them.
It's about to get worse because there wasn't enough fear. There's going to be more fear that comes in this next round. And they're going to push even harder.
That's right.
The book of Habakkuk chapter 3 verse 17, it reads this. It says, although the fig tree shall not blossom, neither shall fruit be in the vine.
Neither shall fruit be in the vine. It's going to be a desolate situation here. Go ahead.
The labor of the olive shall fail, and the field shall yield no meat.
The field shall yield no meat. Farming systems are getting, and farming is being shut off. Esau is basically starting indoor farming, where ultimately the foods are going to be pumped full of things that go hand in hand with everything.
And also the ranchers are being cut off. They're being told to slaughter meat. So you're going to see an influx of meat, probably drop the price of meat, but then there's not going to be any supplies once it's consumed. So they don't even have the calves ready.
Right.
Or another. I don't think people understand how much meat is consumed in the West. It's not natural to eat meat with every meal. That's what kings do. As a king, what happens in the book of Ecclesiastes, it tells you to be careful of your meat, of your diet, But we would literally, you have people who are poor here in America that eat like a king. Okay? And that's why you have proud homeless people. All right? But he hasn't really become homeless yet. Because that's coming. It says, and the field shall yield no meat.
The homeless are winning in America. You go to the different parts of the country, the homeless ain't eating like the homeless.
They're fat and happy.
Homeless get pieces of chicken that a nigga just bit off of. They don't get that in other countries. It's got kind of like a
Right.
That's why they're so proud.
That's why they're so proud. They ain't paying no bills. They're just living off everybody else. It says, the flock shall be cut off from the fold, and there shall be no herd in the stall.
There you go. Farming is getting ready to be cut off. They're telling farmers you can't sell your meat. or you need to kill all of them.
slaughtering.
Because basically nature is being blamed for the earth overheating.
Yep.
Okay, because too much carbon being emitted. The Lord made it to where the carbon dioxide is emitted from us, and the tree eats it and produces oxygen.
Yeah.
He cuts down all of the trees, and his industrial revolution is the reason the earth has been polluted. That's when the earth got really polluted, starting with the industrial revolution until now.
That was it.
That's really what polluted the earth.
Predatory capitalism.
Right. Capitalism.
You know,
How to get more faster.
profit.
So they created all of these machines. Then they eventually got the Internet of Things. Now, the fourth industrial revolution, man will be linked with our machine, with our beasts. You see? And this is where it's going. And all of these Israelite camps were laughing and playing, niggas breaking up potato chips, talking shit. It's June. Now you notice them prophecy. You do a video on prophecy. Jake looking. And that's them window shoppers from them other camps.
Yep.
Because here it is, your leader told you it was okay to juice up. Now the charagma's coming. What are they going to tell you? They're going to tell you to take it. They're going to tell you, what did Johanna say? You think God cares if you charagma?
Yeah, that's right.
This is the God who killed a man for picking up a stick on the Sabbath. So you go tell Jake, all right, do you think he cares if come on, man. And the law says not to, you know.
How you gonna do something like that?
Yeah.
How could you sit there and take that RFID chip, right? How could you do that? And then you talk about the people you're gonna be and think you're gonna be delivered.
Yeah.
And think that you're gonna be delivered doing some artificial shit from the devil. We didn't even take the jump. Yeah. We didn't even do that because I'm not saying anything this devil pushes out there we ain't gonna mess with, man. It's not of the Most High. It's not in the scriptures. But the scriptures say not to do it.
Yeah.
And now the devil telling you don't have to have it. You can come in back to work. So niggas that lost their job, rushed and did all of this and that. And all you have to do is be still and trust your how about Shemel Shai. Brothers are all right.
Ever.
But we're not the prophets, right? The ancient prophets spoke to spirits. This demon is here. The demon came up.
What?
Them spirits
What are you
activate.
gonna do to me?
That's not straight up spirits.
I mean, I'm
So we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but
the
against
Alpha, the
principalities.
Omega. It's a Latin translation
Back
of
in,
my Hebrew name.
Habakkuk 3 and 18. Yet I rejoice in the Lord.
Morning star.
But it's like he's talking like he knows what we teach. So it's like a demon jumped on us to stop us from this moment.
No, the demon said, this is my earth. This is my planet. It's a demon.
My
Hazel.
planet.
See? It says, yet I will rejoice in the Lord. I will joy in the God of my salvation.
With all of the systems of the earth shut down, nothing flowing, you still got to, Habakkuk said, yet will I trust in Yahweh Shai. Because at the end of the day, Esau not the end all be all food. If the Most High wants you to eat, you're going to eat. So because he says you got to come in this system, you got to bow the knee. Because really it's an oath. The MOTB is an oath you're making unto him as your God. So you're really submitting and saying, you know what, you're God. I don't have faith in the truth.
Wow.
I gotta eat. Nigga will take the charagma just to go to Arby's. Just to eat fake food. Like, nigga, the Lord could feed you. The Lord brought Daniel, I believe it was a meal. He had Elijah fed by a raven, right?
Yep. This is Isaiah 65 and I'll start 12. Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter, because when I called ye did not answer, when I spake ye did not hear, but did evil before mine eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not. Therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry.
That's written. And you gotta believe that. That's right. Think about it every day if you can. The Lord said He gonna feed us. I believe it, because we gotta speak these things. We gotta speak the victory to
Why
God.
you think He assembled this body? So we can take care of each other. That's a part of it too, man. This is spiritual that we came together, man. It's spiritual that you can go to any major city and have a brother there. Yeah, that's spiritual. It's not just like,
Don't be cursing me.
accidental. The Most High set that up for the times to come. You know? This is a war. If we in the trench together and I got a piece of bread, and that's all we got, what you think is going to happen to that piece of bread? It's going to get split. You know what I'm saying? We all we got. Through the Spirit. You know?
It says, behold, my servant shall drink, but, now I'll read it again. Behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty.
Ye shall be thirsty. A lot of these people out here going to be thirsty. A lot of these people going to be hungry in a way you don't understand.
Not rooted.
Nobody's really hungry here in America. Even the homeless people. You haven't seen starvation. That's why you're proud. Okay? The Most High is going to bring that though. He's going to bring that to America, man. Soon. In the West, and this idea, okay? It's going to be brought down to shame. All right? Through famine, more pestilence. All right? And then ultimately, fire. Okay? We're going to see more and more strain come to this place.
Yeah, like you were saying last night. We was talking last night. I didn't see it. I don't think I want to. Brother said there's a Moabite or there's a faggot. He had the monkey body on his nose, whole fucking body. We're gonna see the people suffering, man. A lot of our enemies, we're gonna see them like that.
So it talks about that grievous sword that's gonna come on people who work, and it said in worship. I believe it said and who worship. We gotta get that.
That's Revelation 16.
Get it?
But why?
Believing in Esau, and you just get played. Because if you believe in Esau, whatever he tell you to do,
Outside.
because Esau is really making himself a god.
Where I live.
Yeah. So it says, behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit.
Yeah, we're going to howl. We hear these people howling already, but how much worse it's going to be. You know? When you don't know what to do. When you're in a position of
Like the
just
first
absolute
couple of
pain,
verses.
perplexity. You know?
Because not only are they going to be physically famished and hungry, spiritually. Scriptures say wisdom and knowledge to be the stability of it's going to help to be hungry, but no kingdom coming. You see, but when you're hungry and you don't know what the
You just in like, what the hell is happening? What? You used to Starbucks every day.
Oh yeah, you gotta get up in the morning and get your frappuccino. Right?
Yo, so
I gotta get my Dunkin' Donuts coffee. I gotta get my medium light, hot, medium light, and sweet. I gotta have my coffee to start my day. What the fuck you gonna do? You can't get it no more, man.
What's gonna happen?
And my toothbrush hurts me.
And you guys, put your hand on my head, pray for me for a second. I got anointed by an evil man down south. Yeah.
We can put a prayer up for him. We'll put a What's your name?
George.
We'll pray for you.
Yes, sir. But he put his hand on me and like.
Well, when y'all lead it?
I got it.
What?
Got it? Oil.
Yeah.
You want to curse
Yeah, on
me?
the forehead.
You know who I am.
God bless
Don't
you
ever
all.
Well, we gotta put the prayer.
We got to throw the prayer.
any of you.
Yabaraka.
Yabaraka. Yahweh. Machmarka. Yahar. Yahweh. Panyawa. Yabaraka. Barkanka. Isha. Yahweh. Panyawa. Yahar. Vaishamlaka. Shalom. Barak. Warapa. Wachazak.
George? Your name?
George.
Yahweh. Ba'ashem. Yahushai. The water. Aman.
All right, brother. And may the Lord bless you.
How about Shabbat?
Shalom. Hey, we got to do stuff like that. Hey, Yahweh Shah, and then when people came up, Yahweh Shah had the spiritual power.
But he was humble.
Yeah, he was humble. He took mercy and he came humble. So yeah, at first I thought he was like being a demon.
Yeah.
But then I said, let me hear the man out, you know. Then he asked humble, we can't live. We had to do it, man. The priest, that's what the priests do. Right?
Yeah, this is Sirach 35:17. It says, the prayer of the humble pierceth the clouds. Until it come nigh, he will not be comforted and will not depart till the Most High shall behold to judge righteously
and that's very
execute
important.
judgment.
The humble select. The humble appreciate the blessing. You know what I'm saying? They appreciate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's why through the Spirit he's gonna be blessed.
That's all it took for certain men when Yahweh Shah was to confess.
Yeah.
Simple. Repentance. You
The
know,
homeless.
he could be with us, you know, Lord willing.
Hey, well, he came to us. What made him? He could have went to the church and asked one of them preachers.
You want to say something to God?
He came to us. So I mean, he acknowledged us as being the priest. See that was spiritual. So hey, man, we had to bless the man.
Yeah, because earlier we seen one of these ladies, she was praying with this God, man. Praying in him. You know? So.
Got more sick.
What?
Put a curse on
Yeah,
it.
Jesus ain't gonna work.
Not at all.
I got Revelation 16 for you.
Oh, okay.
This is Revelation chapter 16, verse 2. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sword upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshipped his image.
That's right.
So grievous. So we're starting to see it.
God.
These are plagues. And see, people think the angels are just these little cute, wiggly. You punch, That's how they think the angels. The angels are set up to put hell on the earth, man. And that power is getting ready to be transferred to us, and it already is in a sense. Because what are we doing? We're speaking plagues into existence. When Moses was in Egypt, they spoke the plagues. The Lord told him to say this. Then it happened. Say this to Pharaoh. If he hardened his heart, say this, and it's going to happen. That's literally what the prophets were sent here to do. We're speaking the prophecies into existence. So we got the spiritual power.
Exactly.
This is a form of spiritual power.
This is Jeremiah 28:8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old, both prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. The prophet,
Pestilence, man. And we're seeing that increase, man. And the different types of previous swords, you know. And the pestilence can come in all different types of ways. You know, it can be a virus. It can be boils and sores. We see a pestilence of the mind, sicknesses of the mind. That's another form of pestilence. Okay?
Right.
All of these things are happening, man, and increasing.
To what?
Right? He's going to make ancient Egypt look like a joke. Okay?
Right.
it says, the prophet which prophesieth of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord hath truly sent him.
Hey, and like it say in Ezekiel, then shall they know that a prophet. People are getting ready to know. People are some people are seeing it. Some people you can tell like, oh shit, wait a minute. Some scoffers, because the scriptures say that some gainsayers are going to be convinced. You know what I'm saying? So as long as all we got to do, we're in the drought. We ain't got no reason to be fluttering, losing our mind, going crazy, walking up to the churches trying to force them to hear the word. All we need to be doing is just doing what we've been doing. Keep the jab out there. They can't get around the jab.
Stick to the fundamental.
You can win a fight with a jab, shit. Look at Devin Haney. Lock them up when they get a little out of control and make them reset their offense. Esau got to constantly reset according to this.
Esau to answer the question.
Right.
They're the ones under fire.
Right.
They fucked all this up.
Right.
You know?
Right. Christianity coming up and we've answered all of the questions. It's your turn to answer some questions. Any Christian that come up to you trying to, no man, what is the throne of David?
Right.
What's next? And if they don't want to answer, we ain't doing it. We answer every question.
We're not the problem of the earth.
Yeah.
We're not the problem. We're not the reason why this earth is all jacked up. We don't run all these institutions and industries. We're not the problem of the earth. The problem of the earth is before you. Who's actually creating the situation that makes it so worrisome around here? Man?
Esau.
Your master Esau.
That's what I say. Don't let these people make you ashamed of the gospel. We're not wrong for the spirit. They're wrong.
Right.
They're wrong.
Huh?
They the ones that went against God and created this mess.
We're not wrong, bro.
We on point. We right on point. We right on point, man.
If you don't like what we got to say, tough titty. Okay?
The scripture says the Lord says to destroy them that destroy the earth.
That's right.
You don't have to destroy the earth. You're destroying the earth.
God.
It is.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 42. I'm going to start at verse 14. It says, I have long time holding my peace. I have been still and refrained myself. Now
That's Yahweh Shai. If I may say, that's Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
That's Yahweh Shai. You ready to get down?
Now will I cry like a travailing woman. I will destroy and devour at once.
Like, you know what a nigga will do? They'll find where it says the Lord. Well, when the Lord does everything through Yahweh Shai. When it says the Lord, the order is right. It's his right hand. So it's Yahweh Shai at the end of the day. That was the angel, because it said the Lord delivered us out of Egypt. But how? How did he do it? How did he do it? He did it through the angel. The angel was responsible for all of the wars and victories we won and the great things that happened. You know, you can't take the angel. Jake trying to take the Lord's mediator out of the importance of our history. Like it was just the Most High. It's the Most High, but has not he always? Well, who's Melchizedek?
Right.
Melchizedek was the priest of the Most High God, so clearly he has a mediator.
Let's go. Verse 15. I will make waste mountains and hills, and dry up their herbs. And I will make rivers islands, and I will dry up the pools. Meaning of this place at a point in time, and we see it waning right now. You know, but going into it, you can still eat, you can still drink. All these places that are notorious for having such an influx of dainties is going to be dry. All right, the Lord's going to do it at once. Okay, but in the midst of that, the elect, Lord, will we at that number, we're going to eat as the brother brought up the precept. And this is what this is going to go into right here in verse 16. And I will bring the blind by a way that they knew not. That's talking about us. Yeah, we know the Lord is going to save the elect. We don't know exactly how it's going to be done. All right, when the Lord used Moses to split the Red Sea, Israel was panicking. They didn't know what was going to happen right there.
Right, they were in a position, if they got caught, they would have been through.
That's right. They didn't know what was going to take place, man. We don't know exactly what the Lord is going to do tit for tat to the T. That's why it says, I will let the blind in the way that they know not. But the Lord is going to save his elect, and that's all we need to know. You know, when you continue, it says, I will lead them in paths that they have not known. I will make darkness light before them, and crooked things straight. These things will I do unto them, and not forsake them. Because it's going to look like all hope is lost if you look at it from a carnal perspective. You know, but when you look at it from a spiritual eye, you know he is. And if you know he is, it's all you need to know. You know?
That's it.
That's it on that precept.
Hey, because remember when the Lord said this elect, well, at that time, all Israel was elect. Well, to a degree, all Israel was delivered out of Egypt. Right? All Israel was delivered. They all weren't the elect that came out of Egypt, but they were elected to be delivered out of Egypt. So Pharaoh was on our ass. We got to the Red Sea. Remember, we had how the fuck and they were talking shit then. Look, Moses, you brought us here to die. They're gonna slaughter us. So it was faith to see how the hell we gonna get through this. The Red Sea was there, and Pharaoh's army was behind us. See? So the Lord always brought Israel to that point of seeing faith, a miracle gotta happen. See? Great faith leads to the miracle. A lot of these niggas don't want, Jake don't want Jake in trouble. But in order for us to be delivered, we got to go through it. Now Moses and the few men that were with Moses down with Moses had faith.
I know you hear my voice.
So look, the Lord didn't get us out of there just to bring us to the Red Sea to perish. See? And the Spirit of the Lord told Moses, where's the staff? The angel, Yahweh Shai told Moses, where's the staff? Watch what happens.
Psalm 20 verse 6. Now know I that the Lord, Yahweh Shai, saveth his anointed. He will hear him from his holy heaven with the saving strength of his right hand.
Yeah, it's linked, man, and it's beautiful during the sermon. We started out with the destruction of this world, right? Babylon the Great, the beast system, but that always leads into what? The salvation of the hopeful elect.
This will never
Yahushua, man. That's
be
what,
like
and we
Mars.
know through the times of trouble
And
that's
you better
coming,
hope it
the
isn't.
Most High is constantly
I'm just
promised
saying.
that there is going to be the salvation reserved for this group of people, man. And we're going to fight for that. You know? Is there more on that?
That was a good one.
Okay. I have 2nd Ezra 16, verse 74. Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Be not afraid, neither doubt, for God is your guide. And the God of...
we getting ready to, we got to step out on faith. Like literally, if we know where the system is going, if we don't plan on going with the flow, that's going to be a step of faith.
Ready to walk on water.
You're going to have to, it's like we got to step out on the water in order for the miracle to be worked. You got to be brought through the fire. And Jake, it's a lot of Israelites that they're trying to get around it. There ain't no Jacob's trouble. You know, who just goes, like, even Nate for a while tried to, you know, it ain't gonna be no Jacob's trouble, and he was forced. To, you know, but he did it in a proud ass manner.
That's what courage is. It's to act in the face of fear. You can be you act in the face of fear because you have faith. Okay, the faith is giving you what? The strength to have courage to move forward, even though there's a time of trouble. There's a time of trouble coming that the world has not seen, and then you're already getting glimpses of it. If you can't be aware of what's happening right before you right now, you're a lost cause. If you in your mind say, "Oh, these things have always happened," you're a fool. These things have not always happened like this. We're in unprecedented times, the last days of the last days, right? So it's time to get equipped with spiritual armor first, right?
I gotta go up to the first verse now. Psalm 21. The Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua hear thee in the day of trouble.
He's going to hear you in the day of trouble, right? Go ahead.
The name of the power most high, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua of Jacob, defend thee.
Come on, man. Because the name isn't just, it's a proper name, but it comes along with a character, a way, a being, all right? A spirit, a legacy. And when you call on the name of the Lord, you tie yourself into that legacy, man. And you're protected by it, man.
That's right.
It's more than just calling on the name in vain. You're calling on the name in strength.
Right.
And you're going to need that name in a time of trouble. You're going to need to put it on. It's like a Voltron. When they call on a certain, the armor comes down, right? That's like calling on the name, man.
That's right.
Like a Shazam or He-Man. I have the power. And then he changed. He became into something, right? That's the power of calling on the name.
That's right.
Right? You're going to need that access in that time of trouble, man.
So the guys that are leading you away from the name are really nothing but agents of evil.
They're stripping you.
Yeah.
They're stripping you of power.
When they tell you the name of the Lord is not Yahweh, Christ, he's an agent of evil. He's an agent of evil.
He's playing off the skin.
Yeah. That's really wicked, man. Okay.
Proverbs 18:10. The name of Yahweh, B'Shem Yahushua, is a strong tower.
Yeah. What does a strong tower represent? It represents ultimate defense, right? That was kind of how Jerusalem was. That's why it was so hard to take down. It was high on the hill, and they had fortified wall towers that you couldn't penetrate. Coming into the name of the Heavenly Father is a fortified defense against offense from your enemies.
Because you got the blood of you covered under the blood of Yahweh.
That's right.
The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe.
You're going to need to be in that position.
Imagine running it, because this is the tower as well on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
The Tower of Babel.
Yeah. That's right.
People going to run to it and find out that they threw. You made lies your refuge. It's going to show. When you run to that it's not going to be, it's going to be a broken reed.
Yeah. People ran to Biden and his administration, and now they regret it. You know?
Yep. Even alphabet people were saying this is going too far.
It's too much.
They said if I would have known, they would have used our marriages as a guise, and that's really they use. It's all off of the back of Jacob. Civil rights led to everybody get rights.
Yeah.
You look at the Democrats use Jake as a footstool to just push all manner of evil, and Jake always loses. So Biden, he failed every goddamn body, man. Even alphabet people are tired of that nigga, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Right, they made them drink the wine, and now the people are mad.
That's right.
Now the people are losing. Which
was the democracy is the people. What the people want is the rule.
Yeah.
So they created all of these crazy ass weirdo agendas, and at the end of the day, they're subverting people's soul through the illusion of freedom.
Yep. 100%.
You know,
You're really not free.
you're not free.
I got a quick precept. This is this is 2 Timothy 1:7. For the Most High have not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. And I went into the word power, right? It's G1411, dynamics.
Yeah.
Check this out. It says strength, power, ability, inherent power, power residing in a thing by virtue of its nature, or which a person or thing exerts to perform. Power for performing miracles. And that's what's gonna happen, man. The Lord's gonna end up giving us power over miracles, and power reside within ourselves.
That comes from the glory of the Heavenly Father, the dynamis, to give you that dynamic power, man. This power gives you the strength of mind, the strength of spirit, and the strength of body. All right. So we're not given a spirit of fear. All right. Like she said, it's gonna take courage. You got it.
Yep. It says. Let me read it one more time. It says 2 Timothy 1:7. For the Most High have not given us the spirit of fear. And that's how we become bold as lions, man. Because you got to understand, when you meet Jeremiah, matter of fact, Isaiah 59:14, it says that what? Because we've now entered into truth, we make ourselves a prey, man. We have now made ourselves a prey because of this truth. Because why? This truth is against the whole world. The truth is against the rulers of this world, which is Esau and Edom. But what? The Lord has given us power. It says, for the Most High has given us not the spirit of fear, but of power and of love. Love for who? Love for the elect. Love for the brotherhood, man.
Now with that love, that word agape, it goes back to brotherly love, meaning love to forward within his ministry. It's also the same word for charity.
Charity, yeah.
You know, we're talking in the car about remaining vulnerable in the spirit, meaning you're not afraid of loss in this world. You freely love, you freely give, and have charity amongst the brotherhood. In order to truly love, you cannot have fear, because when you're scared of losing or someone hurting you or not getting what you want, it makes you restrict your love. You bind yourself up and you make yourself depressed living like that. But if you're not afraid of being hurt and you're willing to be vulnerable, you just love freedom. It's a very freeing way of life. The Most High wants you to be there, especially amongst the brotherhood. You know, that's a part of that power. Yahweh Shah was not afraid to go in the midst of the people and freely heal and love and do what he needs to do. Right? His cup don't empty. It's overflowing. And we have access to that through Yahweh Shah, to that spirit.
It makes sense why Yahweh Shah said love is the fulfilling of the law.
Yeah.
That's right. Treat one another.
Yeah,
A Christian will try to say, well, the law is done away with. Well, no. Yahweh Shai fulfilled the law, which you read in the 2nd Ezra 2. What does it say? Who are these? These are they that have confessed the Son of Man before many. These are they that have fulfilled the law of the Lord. So what unconditional love is going into.
That's right. That's our culture, is to love.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You got a
It's
precept?
a beautiful thing to love the brotherhood too, because like when you love people in the world, they take advantage of you. They look at you as weak, and evil stuff start to happen. But when you love brothers just like yourself, it's you can freely love. You don't have to worry about no weird shiesty thing or
You can leave your wallet. You can leave your child and not even take life.
Amongst brothers.
Yeah.
There's
That's
power
very
in it.
important in a wicked world like this to have family. Now you see now that I'm in the, now I see the importance of family.
Right.
Why Esau broke that up. Because there's trust and bonds and unity, a mindset, amongst a body of family.
Yeah, just a quick precept. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 13.
Yep.
It says, and now abideth faith, hope, charity, these three, but the greatest of these
It's charity.
It's charity, and that's the same word for love.
Yeah.
When you look it up in the scripture, agape. Okay? And so when people come around the brothers and they see us fellowshipping, there's two things. Either they're amazed by it or they're afraid. Because it's a vibration, it's an energy, it's a force behind it. When brothers are together, the spirit of the Lord is magnified. That's why it says in the midst of 2 or 3 of y'all, so I'm in the midst of that, you know? Now imagine 200, 300. Imagine 144,000. How much vibration of the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua it exudes. Okay? Right? And so that's why this companionship that we have is so important. The doctrine and the mindset that's being built through the preaching of the word is shaking up kingdoms. Right? Because it's breaking spiritual bonds that have been put on our people for millennia, man. Okay? Got that real quick?
Yeah, this is Psalm 133 and 1. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. It is like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard.
It's like the precious ointment.
It's Jerusalem.
What does that mean? A blessing. That's right.
Basically, wherever the men of the Lord are, that's Jerusalem. It's Jerusalem.
That's right.
It's a temple. And what does that represent? Access to the Most High.
That's it.
You see what I'm saying? Where the heavens meet the earth.
Yeah.
So the Lord, under the first covenant, we had to have one. It was a temple we went to get, you know, the high priest and all of that. Well, the Lord, wherever the elect are, we're likened unto Jerusalem, small sanctuaries. That's right. Temples where He dwells.
Yep.
You know.
And that's what unity of the brothers activates. It's like that oil, man. Oil is what? A conductor of energy. That's why you put oil on your food, so it'll soak up the seasoning, and so you can eat that, right? And that's why we put oil so we can soak up the Spirit of Heavenly Father in prayer, right? So this unity allows us to soak up the glory of the Heavenly Father more and magnifies it, man. It's important. That's right. Okay.
It says that went down the skirts of his garment.
Yeah. You see how much oil that was pouring? It was coming down his beard, going down his skirts. Oh man, let's go check.
It says, as the dew of Hermon, and as the dew that descended upon the mountains of Zion.
That's what the other was talking about. Go ahead.
For there the Lord commanded the blessing.
For there the Lord commanded the blessing. You see? You know, but it starts out how beautiful it is for brothers to dwell in unity, how beautiful and pleasant, right? Absolutely.
When you go into Mount Hermon, that was actually the highest point in Israel, you know, and it was actually had ice caps at the top, and it was cool, and they would descend down upon Mount Zion. So it's like in that unity of brethren being as refreshing as somebody that's in a parched place, but you and you know, around the brethren, and you receive that invigoration, so to speak. You know?
That's right.
That's right. That's that power.
Any guy that wants to separate from the brotherhood,
it's weird.
Really ain't right.
You're a weirdo. You're a weirdo, man. And we're seeing that. Like,
I just want to do my own thing.
You know, and that's that spoiled child mentality. We was talking about this last night. You had the apostles and elders. They got taught from the old school, and it's more than just learning the scriptures. It's about learning a way. You know, a doctrine produces a way of being, a way of life that's being vibrated out there, right? And what happens is when you forget where it came from and you don't have the appreciation, I'm gonna do my own thing because a way of teaching has been set up for you to just glean from. You lose that appreciation of the power of the unity of it, man. It's like we was talking about bees. Like a bee by itself ain't really buzzing that loud. But if you ever been close to a beehive, how loud it is. A beehive is loud, like a big beehive is. You can hear it from way far away. You're like, shit, beehive. You know. But a bee by itself, a lot of these guys just want to be a single bee over here. You ain't making no noise, man.
That's a good point.
You know?
You got to be locked in.
You got to be locked in.
Yeah. Quick one on the brother. Sirach 25:1. And 3 things I was beautified and stood up beautiful before the Most High men. The unity of brethren, the love of neighbors, a man and a wife that agree together.
That's that family that Elder Yahshua was talking about. That right there literally represents the family. the structure of a tribe, a clan, a tribe, and a nation, right? The Most High is reestablishing that in our hearts and our minds amongst the ministry. That's but the first part of it is what? The brothers coming together, man. Then you can build and have a neighborhood and we start to stretch out with the family. Right now, this gathering is the priority, man. We're trying to get out of this situation by calling on the Lord to come back. That's the only way we can get out is begging the Most High to say, help! This is a very hopeless situation for these so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Constantly trying to claw out by running to your enemies for help. The so-called white man is not going to give you what you need to get up and be sovereign, bro. And if you try to independently do it without the Heavenly Father, the so-called white man has been given the right in the earth to kick your ass.
You got to preach that. Isaiah 19 and 19. In that day shall there be an altar to the Lord in the midst of the land of Egypt, and a pillar at the border thereof to the Lord.
This is the altar in the midst of Egypt. This right here is an altar. All right? We're giving our bodies as a living sacrifice to the Heavenly Father right now. All right? Go ahead.
And it shall be for a sign and a witness unto Yahweh, the Lord of hosts, in the land of Egypt. For they shall cry unto the Lord because of the oppressor, and he shall send them a Savior, and a great one, and he shall deliver them.
We're crying unto the Lord because of the oppression, and he's going to send us a Savior. That's what his name means, Yahweh. He is a Savior. He's a deliverer. The water, bro. All right? That's what we're here to do. Call upon the name.
This is John 13:34. A new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another as I have loved you, that ye also love one another. By this shall all men know that ye are my disciples.
By this, people are going to know, man, that free agape charity that we have, that bond that we have, you know, the forgiveness that we have, the edification that just comes freely. That's how people are going to know, oh, the Spirit of the Most High is with them. Those are brothers. I see. I know God is with them because of the way they treat each other. And because of the presence that's demanded amongst them. It's not me or you or anything. It's the Heavenly Father that's vibrating off of them. And that's what's being built, man. We're the temple. We're all stones in the temple, right? Tabernacle of David being constructed.
Isaiah, Amos the 9th chapter. Amos the 9th. And I will build it again as in the days of old.
Yeah, man. So being a part of this thing is extremely important, man. We always say you're an independent man, but you're a part of something. You're deep. There's an interdependence. We're doing something that the Most High commanded. And he didn't command it for us to do it like it's me. No, it's us.
It's a specific way he wants it built.
That's right.
Moses' tabernacle is specific. Tabernacle that Solomon built.
Bro.
The temple is specific.
Read it.
How much more? That's why I say take heed how you build it. First Corinthians build.
Yeah. That's perfect. And that's exactly what was happening in the heavens when you read in Genesis. When the command went out to the Alahayim. When the command went out to the Alahayim, when you read it in Genesis, the 1st chapter, the Most High was given specific instructions for the creation of the earth. And if you can receive it, we was up there with the Lord, man. Making creation. That's why you care so much about it. That's why you get mad at the air is polluted. Maybe you was there making the air, the atmosphere, trees. You know? You read about the lions are dying. You mad. Because you might have been a part of making the lion, man. Designing it, you know?
That's good. We're starting a new, starting a new clip.
What's y'all bros got?
This is Romans. I got 18. 8. I think it's 18. Yeah. Matter of fact, I think I'm. Yup. Start with 18. This is Romans 8 and 18. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start with 17. Yep. It says, and if children, then heirs. Heirs of the Most High and joint heirs with Hamashiach. And you can marry that with 1 John 3 and 1. It says, If so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us.
Yeah, man, the sufferings of right now, what we're going through now, is nothing compared to what we're going to get. It's a good deal. It's a great deal. You do this, you get all this. Give this life up, and you'll have access to this. Access to a better body, a better form, a cleaner life.
Well, yeah, how should I say it? You've been faithful in this amount. Here's 10 cities.
Yeah.
Wow. So you got to think. We're going to be joint heirs for the universe, for the earth, and for the people therein. Like, it's going to be our possession under Yahweh Shai.
Yeah.
That's a great deal. And you're not going to have this mind. You ain't going to know. Like right now, if you got a whole bunch of slaves and shit, I mean, you would probably, you would know. Jake got 40 acres and a mule, they wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah.
But we're going to have the mind of Yahweh Shai to govern the earth, man.
Jake right now can't handle a one-bedroom apartment in Impala. How much more so 40 acres and a mule? The land would just rot.
And they talking about reparations, man. You niggas, if the white man gave you reparations, you wouldn't know what to do with it. Or they
spread niggerdom.
Yeah. No, you become a bigger nigga.
You put 100 sales and Coca-Cola and come on, y'all fuck with weed. You know what I'm saying? KFC chicken,
Cartons of cigarettes.
They get right back in these shows.
Stripper churches, and so it would create more evil. They would just create more evil.
Niggas love chicken.
When you understand it, we brother was mentioning it. We understand now why we went to captivity. Like we led witness to the earth, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
That's why the flood came.
Yeah.
That was Jake. The sons of God, they were going off back then. That's who was mentioned. Now everybody was wicked, but it was the sons of God,
right,
that was made them like, oh man, it's got
like now. So the same, them spirits that are on the earth now, these are the same people that was on the earth during the time of the flood. These are the same people. These are the same people, bro. Just different bodies.
Now they upload to TikTok.
Oh man.
It's them people back, but they got phones. Yeah.
19, it says, for the earnest expectation of the creature waited, and you know the creature is talking about what the creation of the earth. The earth, the animals, they know. Right. And they know that that we are supposed to be the sons of the Most High. They know who the evil is, you know.
They want us to get back in power.
They want us to get back in power.
Everything is really crying for righteous order. Like, everything wants to breathe.
Yeah.
Even women, they don't know why they're so mad and angry, but it's just you in a position that you really ain't set up for.
Yeah.
And they're really, everything is just kind of like, you know, animals, bugs, everything. The rat don't want to get eaten. Like a rat want to be a rat. But in this society, in this world, there's somebody hunting them down. Nobody. They won't have that option in cats. You won't have that option in the kingdom. Everything, even a roach, is going to just be what it's supposed to be. They go clean the earth. Everything going to do what it's supposed to do. You're not going to eat animals that were made to clean the earth.
Pigs. Well, a pig's ain't supposed to. They know pigs don't want to be killed and eaten. They know that a pig knows they're not supposed to be doing that.
Right.
I'm supposed to be a pig and clean the earth. But no, you got fucking human beings hunting these poor ass down.
Them and all that shit.
And they said pigs
I want some ribs. I want some ribs.
Chitlin.
Right.
Why you suffer from high cholesterol, diabetes,
Bro.
Yeah, but look at Jake. As we were standing here all day, I'm looking at these different Jake, Galp. I'm looking at these different Jakes. Some of these old, they walking by the ankles. As wide as this tree trunk. They all hunched over there. All fucked up because of your diet. But then they don't stop. I'm over here. Them old fat black women and some old you niggas too. Galp. Messed up. You all fucked up. And you still eat. You got them ribs.
They never stop to think maybe what I'm eating. Like a nigga could even look at a bad basketball team and come to the conclusion that the coach will need to be changed, the system is messed up. But when it comes to the earth, a nigga hasn't figured out yet that the so-called white man may be the problem. The management of the earth is the issue. That's because they don't know their power, man.
Yeah.
20. It says, because the creature itself, I'm going to go to 20. For the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by reason of him who has subjected the same in hope. And this is why we in this dark, everlasting change, man. You know, just like Paul said, the things I want to do, I find myself not doing. The things I don't want to do, I find myself doing. One wretched man to them, who's going to save me from this body of death? Well, we know it's Yahweh shot, that Yahweh shot defeated death. And we know that in these bodies ain't no good thing. So what? We're praying and, you know, doing the work, found the command of that's ability that what we be relieved from these chains. You know, so the main thing that we want to be perfect. We don't want to go off anymore, man. We want to be perfect sons, bro. Perfect and righteous, because Esau is perfect in his wickedness. Now it's time for us to be perfect in our righteousness. You know?
It's like you in two prisons. The earth is a prison under Esau's rule, and then the flesh is another prison.
Pecod and marathon.
Yeah.
Scripture speak about
double rebellion.
Double rebellion, brother.
This is just like a rebellion. Yeah, that's why Alex Jones had that right. This is a prison. Esau has made the earth into a prison, and he gives you rights. Like, then you got this prison. We want to be free from this stuff, right? But it's crazy. The Lord made us subject to that. He wrote this whole story, but he said, our way to really and fully rule this earth is a great falling away. So we could experience evil.
I got something up to the front, man. Yeah. This is 2 Corinthians 5:1. For we know that if our earthly house of this tabernacle is dissolved, we have a building of Yahweh, and a house made without hands, eternal in heaven. For in this we groan earnestly, desiring to be clothed upon with our house, which is from heaven.
Right. These bodies we groan, man. Yeah, bro. Then we have backache.
Hell yeah.
Backache, hips.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
And what bodies are we going to have in the kingdom? We're not going to be in these bodies. This ain't going. No. We're going to have the body Melchizedek had. What is it? Because it said Melchizedek ultimately had neither mother nor father. So I mean, he didn't require to be birthed into the earth. Literally, he was the direct son of the Lord on earth as king and priest. That's the order we coming up under. Like the 144, you know, they ain't going to have like, we the fathers. You know,
first fruit.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the body we're returning to. We ain't going to have no mother. Our father is going to be Yahweh directly and finally be able to rule on earth as he intended with no fault. That's going to be the greatest government this earth has ever seen. Look at the government now. They're all decrepit, old. They got fault. They're wicked. The new government that's coming, they'll be perfect. So all of the judgment that issues forth from it will be perfect, man.
That's right, man.
Starts at Jerusalem, and then we go part the 12 tribes amongst the 12 tribes there, and then we're going throughout the whole earth, clean it up.
This is Jeremiah 15:21. Go up against the land of Merathaim, even against it, and against the inhabitants of Pecod.
And Merathaim, right? And Merathaim is in the Hebrew, right? Marathayim, which is double rebellion. Right? So you know where it is.
It says, waste and utter destroy after them, saith the Lord, and do according to all that I have commanded thee. A sound of a battle is in the land.
Is that 15:20?
He talked about America too.
One more time.
Okay, come.
Got one more name.
Okay. This is Jeremiah 15:21. Go up against the land of Merathaim.
Towards the camera so the brother can hear you.
Yeah.
This is Jeremiah 15:20-21. Go up against the land of Merathaim or Merathaim, even against it, and against the inhabitants of Pekod.
And Pekod in the Hebrew, all right, is Pawad, all right, which means visitation or punishment. You know what I'm saying? And this is an allegorical name for Babylon. All right?
And America has mar in it, because when you go to the root word of mar, it's bitter. So literally, a maraka, maratayim,
That's right.
It's the same.
No, I was gonna say when you read about a lot of, when you read about a lot of those names specifically in the book of Jeremiah, like a lot of these weren't actual places, but he had to actually symbolically speak on them, worried about like the government that was around them. So it was very poetic when you read Jeremiah's letters. These weren't actually literal areas. He kind of coded it in there.
In that letter specifically, he sent to the captives at Babylon.
That's right.
By Sariah. Zedekiah went to pay tribute. So Jeremiah gave Jeremiah 50 and 51 to Sariah to read to the captives at Babylon. You can read about it at the end of the 51st chapter. But when you read the judgment, it ain't talking about how that Babylon fell. It's talking about how this Babylon fell. So really, he wrote that letter to the captives at Babylon and Babylon the Great to show us how it's going to be destroyed.
It was all prophetic. It was all foreseeing the future.
Yep. So he coded it a lot. You know, because he didn't, you know, but when you read it, it's talking about now.
And we're definitely captives in Babylon. We are captives of Babylon.
That's it.
When you go into it, right, when you see where the Israelites were led as a punishment from the Heavenly Father was where? In Babylon. The northern kingdom went into slavery under the Assyrians. You know, prior. So what happened to the Israelites in the future? Same thing happened.
And Jeremiah 50 and 33 says Judah and Israel was oppressed together.
Double. Now he said you're going to be in double Babylon, double rebellion.
See? And that's what America is, this Picard and Maritime.
Yep.
The prophetic Picard and Maritime. Right? But brothers are talking about the, you know, like the double, the multi-dimensional hell that we're in.
And,
all right?
and Jay can't see, you don't believe that?
Right.
But they don't. 2/3 don't believe it. You look on YouTube, I look on Facebook every day, I wake up, you know, I watch videos, you know, videos of the cops all over the country just profiling Jake, killing Jake, beating Jake up, Jake being profiled by these Edomites, right? Primarily the police and these so-called regular Edomites. You got the white women, Edomite women, Edomite men. Jake, I live in this building. Show me that you live here. Like, there's outright now racism against Jake. So you're captives. Jake don't believe they're still in slavery. But that go to show you how gone and destroyed for the lack of knowledge Israel is, because they really thought they came somewhere since 1865.
Right.
You didn't go nowhere, man. You didn't go nowhere. Nothing has changed.
They gave your ass an iPhone and sent your ass back to work. This life is nothing but a grind. For a black man especially. It's just a fucking grind. Every day.
That was the curse given to Adam.
Yeah, it's the curse given to Adam. You shall till the land.
How many of you
By the sweat of your brow.
By the sweat of your brow. Every day.
And then you work until you drop dead.
That's it.
And then Big Mama, your wife, like you got an old Jake, he worked all his life, he may be able to get a house and whatever. He dropped dead. And his Big Mama raising up the kids. Whatever happened to Grandpa? Grandpa already dropped dead already. Then eventually Big Mama, she lived to a certain point. She get gout in her legs cut off with diabetes. And she finally dropped dead. And that's that. And the cycle continues.
Been doing the same thing since you came off the slave ship. Work all day, wake up, do it again. Every now and then, the slave master lets you party. You don't think the slaves partied a little bit?
Yeah. They show you that in some of the slave movies. They showed you that in some of the slave movies. Like after the day's work, maybe on the weekend. They had their little tracks. Same thing. Smoke their little tobacco, their little pipe.
Never been free.
On Christmas, the master party let them take Christmas off.
Yeah, and Jake think because they ain't hanging niggas from the trees openly.
They don't got to.
But the modern day hanging is 2 chains. These are the modern day hangings to where now you're more valuable. You're not valuable hanging from the tree. You're valuable as I use your ass as a pawn to destroy your own damn people. Those are the modern day hangings, man. But I got this real quick. This is Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is it? Now my days are swifter than a post. They flee away. They see no good.
Yeah, your days, bro, are swifter than a post. They're no good, man. You talking about having a house that you never even go to because you're at work.
A home. Yeah, you don't hardly spend no time in that house.
Property taxes.
Yeah.
Then you come home to all that goddamn noise.
A home. I just brought me a home. I just brought me a home. I just brought me a home.
You come home and you're frustrated.
You don't have the allodial title, you don't own it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're supposed to have a home. I'd rather go to the happy hour, you know?
Yeah.
You're ready to go home.
You take the long way home.
Take the long way. Who that said that? Was that Ricky Pryor said that? Chris Rock? I can't remember who said that. You get out of work and you go to happy hour just to get ready to go home and deal with the more bullshit that the Satan is putting into your woman.
Yeah.
You know?
Like your favorite song on, you like, I'm going to listen to this again. You drive the long way home.
Yeah.
It says, now my days are swifter than the post. They flee away, they see no good. That's once Esau got in control, life became hell, man.
Hell.
He took away peace from the earth. It says they pass away as the swift ships, as an eagle that hasteth to prey.
Right.
That's how your days feel. Jake just died to live. They come and they die.
Yeah. Every day, you get home at 6:30. The day's over. You spent the whole day making somebody else live good.
8 hours a day. Could you imagine what you could do with 8 hours a day? For yourself?
And it's
for the
already
Lord,
set up.
you know?
The system is already set up. Esau got it set up that way to where you can't excel. He keeps everybody as serfs. You can't excel. See, that's why years ago you used to have tables. You can set up a table, and when your table starts, they get a license. So you can't do that. No, you can't do that. They make it hard for you to set up your own business. But they want to keep you servants.
This is James chapter 4, verse 14. Whereas ye know not what shall be on the morrow, for what is your life? It is even as a vapor that appeared for a little time, then vanisheth away. That every day just quick. You know, you work yourself to death as y'all are going into.
Oh, yeah?
You know, but you want to bring that out just back to the precept.
Liar!
The vapor comes and goes.
This is Psalms 127:2. It is vain for you to rise up early, to sit up late, to eat the bread of sorrow. For the Lord giveth his beloved sleep. So we live in vain lifestyles. I read it in the NLT. It is useless for you to work so hard from early morning until late at night, anxious, working for food to eat. For God gives rest to his loved ones. So this is a vain life. Psalms 127:2.
This is in the NLT?
Yeah, this is NLT right here. But I read it in the King James. NLT, it says, it is useless for you to work so hard from early morning until late at night, anxiously working for food to eat. For the Lord giveth his rest to his loved ones. In hell.
That's this life, man. That's why we show you that it never changed. Like the state of slavery, they just switched up the names and gave you little trinkets, but it's still in slavery. We need to be saved out of this. This condition is terrible, man.
Slavery,
you know?
technological advancement.
In order for you to really exude manhood, you need sovereignty. You can't, in the system of white Edomite supremacy, white supremacy, we're not men.
Right.
Yeah.
In this system, you're not really playing the role of a man if you're being honest with yourself. Now, through the Holy Spirit, we are men. We're manning up. We're doing what we got to do. But in this system, you really play the role of a mouse trying to sneak some cheese off the trap.
Right.
And get back to, you know.
Right.
That's the life you live here in America. You're in a rat race. This is, we're not, in the system of white supremacy is not made for you to rule. And that was the pact made with Adam and Eve from the beginning. Stop Adam from being able to dominate and rule.
That's right.
And we're going to have our kingdom. That's why multiple wives is set up. So a man can have, pass down his legacy. It's deeper than just sex.
That's right.
It's set up for a man to pass down legacies through multiple children. He's supposed to have substance. He's supposed to have land. Esau makes it to where it's looked down upon.
That's right.
Now you can't freely move around the earth and naturally be a man.
That's right.
Hell. It's prison. You should be crying to the Lord to end this shit.
That's right. Yeah, man. Every day, man. Yeah, man. If you ain't crying for that, you ain't in your right mind.
Yes, right. You're comfortable in this. Something's wrong with you. You're comfortable in this. Yeah, listen, you can't. This is filthy, man. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is filthy, man.
I got a precept. This is Hebrews chapter 13, verse 14. It says, "For here we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come."
Break it down.
Yeah, so for here in America, Babylon the Great, we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come, which is the kingdom, which will soon be established on the earth. Lord's willing, we have the elect. We'll be joint heirs with Yahweh Shai to rule that kingdom.
Right. Yep. What are you gonna have to give your child as a legacy? The truth. But this world, if this world kept going, it'll eventually swallow all our children up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's already doing that with the man. It would.
Yeah.
Eventually, it would. You know what I mean? Definitely swallow our asses up.
Because in schools now, they teach you without the parents' consent. They read books about the LGBT.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't care what you're.
Exactly.
That's part of the curriculum.
Yep, that's
They
right.
gotta teach that.
That's right. That's right. That's a fact.
That's a fact. Yeah.
That's a fact.
Have to teach that part of the curriculum.
Yeah. So they don't care about your consent. Why? Because basically you're a slave anyway. So realistically, your children don't belong to you.
The mourning star.
Your children really belong to the state.
That's right.
That's why at any given moment the state can come in and take your children.
Yeah.
Now,
Because we're slaves. We are captives of Babylon.
Yeah.
Captives at Babylon. New Babylon.
This rule goes first. You can't execute the law fully here. His law code goes first, man. So we need the Lord, man. Right.
Yeah. I have a definition.
If the Lord didn't come, like the scripture says, we would just drop dead probably.
Yeah.
That's why no flesh would be saved. Go ahead.
This is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 4. We'll start at verse 10. It says, "He pleased the
I'm
Most
not
High
Satan.
and was beloved of him." You know, it's going into Enoch, but now talking about the elect.
Because we're tied to Enoch in a sense. He walked with the Lord, and then something was happening on the earth that he was delivered from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we can link our story to him in that way. We don't have to go into a book of the unknown where it talks about 5,000-foot men to know about Enoch. The scriptures, if you go line up on line, precept upon precept, gives you the understanding of Enoch, man.
Yeah.
He was prophesying. Because you got to think, Cain's line was in the earth at the time that he was there.
Right?
So you know, all kind of wickedness probably was going on. And they probably came after him. He's probably on fire. And the Lord, you know, who knows? We'll see it in the kingdom. But it tells you all you need to know. Go ahead.
It says, "He pleased the Most High and was beloved of him, so that living among sinners he was translated. Yea, speedily was he taken away, lest that wickedness should alter his understanding."
It was so wicked. The Lord said, you know what? Let me take him out of here. Lest the wickedness eventually consume him.
Yeah, got taint him.
So that's how he's gonna do us.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
He's gonna get us out of here. Because if Esau was able to keep going, like everything we drunk and ate would eventually, you'd be locked. You'd be no way out.
Yeah, we'd be all messed up.
Or we'd be dead.
We'd be destroyed.
Yeah.
So the Yahweh Shai got to come and destroy this place. This place got to go. Come on, just standing here, man. The stench of this place.
Yeah.
This stench. You feel like you can't breathe.
Yeah.
You know?
It's oppression, like the air.
Yeah, it's oppressive.
The vibration is so thick of wickedness, you can feel it. Like it's like, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Life attack. You feel attacked.
Yeah.
By the time you wake up, there's demons just somehow, some way.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, on you. You can feel it. You feel attacked. Your body, your everything, man. Your mind. You know what I mean? From these forces out here, man. That's why every day, man, when you wake up in the morning, the first thing you gotta do is pray to Yahweh and Yahweh Shai for allowing you to wake up only because of the only reason we're here is to do the work. What the fuck else are we here to do? What else are we here to do but serve the Lord, man? That's it. What else is there here to do? To try to make a career, try to become a productive member of society. You know?
Yep. Be a victim to the rat race.
Yeah.
That's all you're gonna do, be a victim to the rat race, just like everybody else.
So even Solomon came to the conclusion it's all vanity.
It's all vanity. It's all vanity.
Okay, well, let me just, like, you know, the American dream. Let me just find that right one girl, get married, have a couple of crumb snatches or whatever.
GMO, baby.
You know what I'm saying? And the woman, she don't go to work, but she, as you said, you take that long way home. When you go home, you know, it's like, it really is that. What was that movie? The TV show, Married with Children.
Al Bundy.
You know, his wife made him miserable. He was just miserable. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That was the life.
It's hell, man.
It's hell, man.
It's not made. You're not supposed to live like that. Even if you got a cool woman, there's gonna come a point where you go take a deep breath and be like, I'm tired of this nigga.
Yeah.
I gotta go hear the garage door open. You'll be like, oh.
That's the worst story ever, man.
It's like they leave and come right back.
Yeah. They're just oppressive.
Good life.
Yeah, they're just oppressive.
Go to Africa.
Because you know what? A man is not supposed to live like that. That's right. A man is supposed to have multiple wives. A man is supposed to be free. A man is supposed to be up in the house with some woman up on top of you. That's the American, wicked Babylonian standard of things.
We're supposed to have our own quarters.
Yeah.
Our own house, our own.
And then she be on her moon cycle and shit.
Yeah.
She be on her motherfucking moon cycle. She ain't supposed to be up around you. She's unclean. And she got them spirits on her. And them spirits, you know what I mean?
Each of Jacob's wives had their little path. Each individual tent. That's right. You know what I'm saying?
This is back in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 4, verse 11. Yea, speedily was he taken away, lest that wickedness should alter his understanding, or deceit beguile his soul. It says, for the bewitching of naughtiness doeth obscure things that are honest.
Right. Naughtiness and wickedness defiles holiness, man.
Yeah, yep.
So the Lord has a particular remnant that He's going to eventually deliver from.
Curse me.
It says, and the wandering of concubines doeth undetermine the simple mind.
Right. Eventually, you know, wickedness, you know what I'm saying, it's getting so wicked that eventually we could be defiled.
Right.
But the Lord ain't going to allow the elect to be defiled.
Do not
Because we're in the flesh.
curse me.
Because certain brothers got jobs and stuff like that where it's like you gotta make pork and do whatever. I'm just using this as an example as well. You know, you might work in a kitchen, whatever the case is. But you might have to like serve up a sandwich and they got pork in it or something like that. You know, so hey, that's the scripture say the creature is made subject unto vanity. You know, so the Lord got to take us out of here before we get completely polluted in this place. You know, that's what Solomon was saying. You know, when you continue, it says, he being made perfect in a short time fulfilled a long time. For his soul pleased the Lord. Therefore hasted he to take him away from among the wicked. And the Lord want to take us away from here. The Lord want to take us elect away from here bad as hell, but things got to happen first. But the Lord is working, man. It might seem like certain times, like brought up earlier, damn. But the Lord is working, man. You know, hey, it's written of what? Of Psalms 119 and 126. It is time for thee, O Lord, to work. All right, for thou hast made void of thy law. So the Lord is working like crazy right now, man. Overtime. You know. That was the point of it. Unless you wanted to know on that.
I got a precept real quick. This is on 2 Ezra 15 and verse 6. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and the hurtful works are fulfilled.
That's it.
Like period.
And before the Lord acts, he always allows a measurement to be built up first. Even when Abraham, you know, Abraham was about to receive the land, but the Lord said, hey, you ain't going to receive the land until what? The wickedness of the Amorites be fulfilled. You know, so had to fulfill a certain portion. All right, the children of Israel, we had to be in slavery in Egypt. All this had to happen in order to get that land. And you look at it today with Amalek over there in that land. They got to eat foreskins of the babies. You know, they got to do all that before the Lord takes us over there.
Pink City.
You know?
In the universe.
The biggest, also not that they have
Don't
the
ever
biggest
curse me.
LGBTQE, all up there, you know, in the Holy Land, which is, you know, the mother of us all. The Lord is looking at Israel. They got to see that bullshit, bro. That's why he's going to burn them rats out there, man.
It's defiled.
That's right.
It's defiled. You're defiling the land, man. That's so you got the land it doesn't bear precious and good fruit. They get their fruit and everything else transferred over there, man.
That's right.
So
The land is barren.
everything got to be made new.
They got to import trees and all of those other things. They call it kibbutz. You know what I'm saying? If they're the people in the land that's prophesied according to Isaiah 2, why do they have a kibbutz, all right, over there in the land, which they got to bring over, import trees and all types of stuff inside of the Holy Land? And then at the same time, you got people over there. They got nuclear
nuclear facilities over there.
Right.
And what the hell is a nuclear facility doing in the Holy Land if you're not preparing for war? Right. And why is there a damn conflict between the Amalekites and the damn Ishmaelites over there?
Right. It's happening. It's happening now.
Why the hell was there a Balfour Declaration if you order people prophesied to be in the land? And the list goes on and on and on.
Yep. Beautiful. This is Isaiah chapter 24, verse 4. It says, the earth mourneth and fadeth away.
Yeah, the brother said it. Where's King David?
Yeah, King David supposed to be over there in the
throne of David. Throne. The last time we had a standing government of the United Kingdom of Israel was under David and Solomon. Since then, we've been severed. The next time we have a government is going to be through a miraculous second coming. That's right. And then we're going to return there in fashion. So Esau's through, man. He out of there. He out of there.
No.
Out of there.
This is Isaiah 24 and 4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The hardy people of the earth do languish.
And that's primarily through these industrial revolutions. Now Esau's getting ready. Now Esau's telling everybody they're the problem.
Right.
Nature is the problem. Human beings are the problem. We got to track carbon. How are you going to quantify carbon? That shows you're a devil. You think you're the Most High. Only the Most High can have that kind of understanding.
Right.
You want to quantify carbon?
It's a waste of resources and time.
Yes.
You know?
So the earth is utterly wasted away. Why? You know?
Verse 5. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof.
Esau.
Because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinances, broken the everlasting covenant. Therefore the curse devoureth the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate.
Yep, and now that you see the results of sin, we see why the throne of David is so important to the earth, man. Because it's out of order. Everything's out of order because the ways of the Lord ain't exalted in the earth. Adultery, a man has to worry about his woman being caught by even his own damn friend in his world. Wow. If righteous judgments were set up, that behavior will be people will be scared to do that.
There will be accountability for your behavior.
Exactly. Right.
But you don't have to take no accountability for your behavior, so anything goes.
Yep,
In Rome, do as the when in Rome, do as the Romans. Do as thou wilt.
Right.
So I could pop my homeboy's woman.
There's no limit to what you will do. That
What's wrong with that?
You must not be doing it right.
Yeah, you must not be doing it right. What's wrong with that? She gave it to me.
Right. As soon as he buying that wine, I'm gonna creep up from behind.
Yeah.
He said that. All of his songs.
That's why he's dead.
With adultery.
That's why that nigga is. That's why he's naked food.
Basically, sin has become Jake's song.
Right. And you know, how many years the niggas been dead, he's still blasting their music. Yeah. Till they're dead.
Because they became demigods.
Yeah.
They became idols.
They got a saying called Demon Time now. I couldn't believe it. I was shocked.
One in Atlanta.
I was like,
and
what?
Yeah, man. I'm a real live demon.
Yo, when the two could explain that, I was like, yo, what? It was like, yo, Demon Time is real. Like, we on
What in Atlanta?
Demon Time.
Hey, brother, in Atlanta, that's the same. And Charlotte. Yeah, man. I'm a real live demon. They're calling themselves. That's these new niggas.
Like being in conversations with younger generations, like you have to ask, like, yo, what y'all talking about demon? What does that mean? Like, no, we about to, wow, we do extreme wickedness on the left hand side. That's that means. Like you getting invoked by demons.
Because that's where they're coming from. That's what's the little niggas. That's what's that. That's what's hatching them. That's what's hatching them. That right there. That's their mothers.
GMO hatching.
That's their mothers.
Yep.
GMO
Now we see the importance of fathers in the house. Because with the strong man being bound and the woman being set over the affairs of the house and over allowing the children, look at the result. Now we clearly see the importance of fathers. Fathers are important, man. Men, period, are important. We've been taught our whole life that the woman was the prize. Now we're finding out the order of the Lord is important, which puts the man at the head, man. Like these women, they end up with all of these dudes. They end their life with about 200 men under their belt. Well, if they had their father to choose their husband, they would be better off. He would choose the right man for, you know.
But the damn devil set that up. Right. Esau set that up. He got the man out the house so that would happen. So that could be the results. Chaos, misery, death and destruction. You know what I'm saying?
I got a quick precept. This is Zephaniah 3:18. It says, I will gather them that are sorrowful for the solemn assembly, who are of thee, to whom the reproach of it was a burden. Behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halted, and gather her that was driven out. And I will give them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame. And at that time I will bring you again. See, the Most High is getting ready to flip all this, man. Everything that we're describing that's making us sorrowful, that we're lamenting about, the Most High is going to gather us out of this place and flip the script, so to speak.
That's right.
It says, at that time I will bring you again, even the time that I gather you, for I will make you a name and a praise among all people of the earth, when I turn back your captivity before your eyes, saith the Lord. So we're not going to have to suffer this upside down world, man. Right. And we're seeing the results of an upside down world. The brothers have been describing it. Where the woman's ruling the house, you have no sovereignty, so no real right to commit yourself to the commandments. You got to, do it kind of sneakily in a type of way. We just like, we're hid in this place.
Yep, that's right.
And we're an astonishment to people. Like Lucifer that just was here earlier. He's Zazel. He really is hurt.
Yeah.
He's like a homeless conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
He was into all kind of different philosophies.
He was all over the place.
Nuts and crushed.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Sirach 3:9. For the blessing of the Father establishes, for the blessing of the Father establishes the houses of children.
Bro, the blessing of the Father establishes the houses of children, man. When the dad is in the home, there's a level of discipline that's established. There's a boundary that's not crossed when daddy walk in the room. It's not the same when it's the mom. But that ain't her job. Go ahead.
But the curse of the mother rooted our foundation.
Bro, it'll destroy everything, man. It'll ruin everything. So it's time for spiritual manliness to be put back in the forefront. That's why the Most High is raising up men. Okay?
Because you said you was talking about the women see the results. Right. This is Proverbs 30:21. It says, for 3 things the earth was disquieting, and for 4 which it cannot bear. For a servant when he reigneth, and a fool when he is filled with meat. For an odious woman when she is married. Or an odious woman extremely repulsive.
Yeah.
It says, and a handmaid that is an heir to a mistress.
You said an odious woman that when she's married?
Respution. Like with Norbit,
Right.
Respution hoes. Big, fat, loud, odious women, man.
And that's all that's out here.
That's the culture that's taught to our women. To be disrespectful.
Allow themselves, let themselves go, because that's acceptable too. You don't gotta have a nice little body. You can just eat what you want, let yourself go. Fuck like you don't gotta worry about eating healthy.
They're doing it through Lizzo and all that. It's never the white woman.
Right.
Chinese, always the black woman.
Yeah, they set up these fat gorillas shaking out. That's disgusting. There's nothing more disgusting. Seeing some fat black bitch trying to dance like she's sexy. And she looked like a fucking goddamn gorilla. But that's the new image of sexy.
It's quiet in the earth.
I got a precept.
This is Isaiah 11:11. And it reads, it says, and it shall come to pass in that day, what day? The day that's coming up, Yahweh send Yahushua. And when Yahweh is going to send Yahushua to come get us, man. It says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people. Now the first time was in Egypt. The Heavenly Father sent Yahushua, which is that angel, all right, with the fathership to come get the all of Israel that was in Egypt at that time. But this time, with that second time, the Lord is only going to recover the elect, a remnant. All right, the ones, when you go to Hebrews, it says that just like what happened the first time, because it was Joshua and Caleb that only made it, they're not going to enter that promised land because of their unbelief. So 2/3 of our people don't believe. They're not going to enter into that what? That ark, that spiritual ark, that air force. We're talking about the chariots, right? Yeah. It says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand, his right hand, which is Yahushua, again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea.
All the places that our people have been scattered, the Most High is going to gather the remnant of his people. All right? And we're leading up until this point of this captivity being ended. When the scripture says he's going to turn our captivity, we're going to be in a seat of rulership, and they're going to go into the place of captivity. The so-called white man is going to have to serve slavery. He's going to be commissioned to be at the bottom and rebuild the next world. He's going to be one of the perpetual employees of the new state of the kingdom of heaven on earth. Right. Okay?
Yep, it says 12. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth.
Right, the token of prophecy, an ensign. All right? A sign and a symbol to say, hey, draw ye here, those that have ears and eyes to hear and to see. And they're going to be drawn out of every nation where we've been scattered. Chiefly here in America, but scattered all across the four corners of the earth, there's our people. All right? And the Most High is raising them up in knowledge, wisdom, and understanding in these last days. All right?
And that's proof that we're going to be in captivity before the Lord comes. We're not going to be ruling Hollywood, the banks. We're going to be in captivity. Yeah. The true Jews are going to be delivered, as well as all of the tribes are going to be delivered out of captivity. We're not going to be in a position of rulership when the Lord returns.
That's right. We ain't going to be wearing fentanyl. You ain't supposed to be like that. Right. Baller, shot caller. Right. All right.
This is real quick.
Okay, come on.
This is Matthew chapter 20, verse 16.
Oh, look at that. He fucking with the cop. Hey, he must want to get arrested.
I want to get arrested.
It's the Spirit. I'm going to praise the Most High when you do.
That's the Lord. No, I mean, but he's fucking with the cops.
I was sitting here praying. I was sitting here literally praying that the Most High snag him.
Look at the police.
He's coming to his defense.
No, they ain't coming to his defense.
I will take you to jail.
He banged on the Now, one of us did that. They caught me over.
We'll be on the hood.
Be on the hood.
I mean,
right now.
Edomite with the ponytail played out in the 90s.
Well, he said this is plenty. This is my planet.
They don't want to fight They know it's bugged out. He's banging on the hood of the cop car. He wants to go to jail because he nigga homeless. I guess he don't want to sleep out here at night. So he's hoping they would arrest him. But the demons are on him. The demons are on him. The demons are fucking with us. But he can't control those demons. Right. The demons are making him do irrational shit. Yeah. But right now, they should arrest him because the man is clearly showing the irrational behavior. Exactly. So how do they know?
He's a menace to society. He can hurt somebody.
Yeah, he might hurt somebody. You got kids out here. Exactly. He might go do something irrational. He might go attack somebody's child or attack the whole one. Attack somebody. Yeah. Yeah.
This is Matthew 20 and 16. so that the first, so the last shall be first, and the first last. For many be called, but few are chosen. Just going into that point that you mentioned. You know, Esau falls down, that's when Jacob comes up on top. You know what I'm saying? That was why I brought that out there.
That's the final captivity will be through the Edomites. Right? They run this modern day beast system is ran by Edomites.
That's right.
Babylon the Great is ran by Edomites.
That's right. It's Esau. It's Edomites.
That's it.
Ain't nobody else. That's Esau, which is the so-called white man.
It's not Japhet, it's Esau.
That's played out too. You dumb, stupid Muslims and you other dumb niggas. The white man is Japhet. No, he's not.
Not at all.
No, he's not. Well, where y'all get that from? Because y'all don't know history. You know,
because they call themselves the Ashkenazi Jew, but ultimately they're just saying their families were Jews who were in Germany in these different parts. Ashkenazi. They're not saying that they're the seed of Japhet. They're claiming to be the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Right. Japhet has no ties to Shem.
Right. And Japhet, where's Japhet in end time prophecy?
No ties to Shem.
Nowhere.
Other than they were brothers, born from the same father. Right. But
That go all the way back to
totally different.
That go all the way back to the time of the flood. They were Japhet and Shem were separated long time from that. No, because the dark people ruled that land. Japhet were the dark people. Esau went there and took over. But that shows them guys have no understanding of history nor the scriptures. You know what I mean?
The Medes were Japhetic, man. The Greeks and the Romans were Edomites.
Yeah. They took that land from Japhet.
Right. They took that land from them.
And that's documented.
Yeah. So that's where maybe them niggas are getting confused. But you're supposed to understand that if you really do your research. You know what I mean?
They're just trying to take the blame off of you. Because if this ain't Esau, then we ain't at the end.
Right.
Yeah. Esau got to be ruling in order for the end to come. So if this is Japhet, then we got to raise, another tyrant got to raise up. We got to go into slavery. Oh, no, man. No, somebody worse than this captivity? Hell no. This is Esau. He didn't end.
Well, at that point, we would vanish. Yeah. As a people, if that were the case.
That's why Esau combined and called the Greco-Roman Empire.
There you go.
So I got this real quick. This is Greek Dark Ages in Wikipedia. The Greek Dark Ages is the period of Greek history from the end of the Macedonian palatial civilization around 1100 BC to the beginning of the Archaic Age around 750 BC. The archaeological evidence shows a widespread collapse of the Bronze Age civilization in the Eastern Mediterranean world at the outset of the period, as the great palaces and cities of the Macedonians were destroyed or abandoned. All right? It says, at the same time, the Hittite civilization suffered serious disruption, and cities from Troy to Gaza were destroyed. All right? And if we go back and study the dukes of Edom, that's when they started to go up into Macedon and all those areas and commit themselves to wars. The first parts of the Edomite Roman Empire is around 700 BC. They was around, man. Yep. They was in there, start families, marriages, and taking down the Japhetic peoples and pushing them out of there, man. That's how we can track and trace Esau up into Europe. Yep. All right? They was up in there building all up in Italy and doing their thing leading up to what we understand as Rome, the Greco-Roman period.
Right.
Right? They was in there doing their thing, man.
Yeah.
Okay?
From Mount Seir.
But they call it the Greek Dark Ages. Yeah. Just like when we was ruling in Europe, they called that the Dark Ages time when we was up in there ruling throughout Europe. They did the same thing. Right. And when they was naming that period, they said, oh, it was a period of like a lull. Like, no, it's because y'all was killing everybody, man. Yeah.
Yeah, Japhet ain't ruling. The only time we were really under Japhet and they were a threat was the Medes.
That's right, the Medes, the Persian, the Medo-Persian Empire.
Right.
They had came together and formed an empire.
There you go.
The Persians were Elam.
There you go.
So-called East Indians of today, the Dasheds, and the Midway, the Turbans.
I got a precept real quick. This is Jeremiah 51 and 21. It reads, it says, therefore hear now this, thou afflicted and drunken, but not with wine. And how are people afflicted and drunken? for this wicked devil's philosophies, man, and indoctrinations. You got people actually thinking, you know, because like I said, even though they might not take part in it, but by not saying nothing about the LGBTQ, EFGZ, you actually, in their mind, they're like, because when Jake say this, when Jake like, oh, well, I don't mind, that means because you're down with it, man. You've been so used to it through the visualization, so now you're okay with it. So now you got the Babylon. You now have the beast, the image of the beast in your mind because you're part of this world now. So look, it says, therefore hear now this, thou afflicted. Who's afflicted? The children of Israel, so-called blacks, men, and Americans. We're afflicted. We're the ones at the bottom, the last. We don't own anything.
We're the most mistreated people
on the planet.
Earth.
We can't talk about Issachar. I mean, you know, we can't forget about them because Issachar works one of the hardest working out of all the tribes. You know, and he gets, I mean, I'm talking about, besides Benjamin, they super coons, bro. But at the end of the day, Esau just takes advantage of them. Oh, get a couple Mexicans to do the lawn. These Issachars are looking for work. You know, you pay them whatever you want. They'll do the work for you, man, you know? But we're all afflicted. And it says, and drunken, but not with wine. And you see our people. Most of these people are drunk with not with
Babylon
wine.
juice,
Yeah,
brother.
look at it. You know?
The wine that it speaks about and Habakkuk. You know, woe to him that putteth his bottle to him, his name and make him drink.
Yep.
You know? Okay.
22. It says, thus saith the Lord. Read again. Thus saith thy Lord, the Lord, thy power that pleadeth the cause of his people. And that's happening, starting with Abba Bibbins, but you know, with the Israelites, starting with the Apostles' great millstone, man. Going in the highways and byways now all across the world. Because we're crying out to the Lord, man, Ezekiel 9:4, for the affliction of this devil. You know? It says, I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury.
That trembling was hardcore slavery. That's the cup of trembling. Because what? Jake couldn't read without getting put to death. Read the Bible. Jake couldn't, you know what I'm saying? They couldn't do anything. They had to be under the damn, the wicked thumb of this goddamn devil.
Yeah.
All right? On them damn plantations.
Yeah, that's right.
Sugar cane, cotton, you name it. Tobacco. All right? That was that cup of trembling because, you know, the Most High put the curses on our people and had Esau, you know, hey, do a number on our people, man. Because of what? Because of the rebellion of our people, man. You know? Yeah?
That's right.
I was going to say, even look at now, like, it says the trembling, it says the Lord said he'll take the hand of the cup.
But it's going to take it away.
Yeah, it's going to take it away.
Because now we could what? We could cry out.
Yeah. But we still getting shot down by the cops, though. I mean, we still got that.
But imagine doing this in the early.
Oh hell no! Yeah.
We do this in the early.
Opened it up. That was
We could do this in the early 16, 17, 18.
Fuck no.
For us to come out here and preach. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it says, I have taken out of thy hand the cup of trembling, just like you said. You couldn't be on the highways and byways back in the 60s.
Oh, no.
You know what they would have done to us, man? We'd have been an example. We'd have been an example for all you brave niggas and spicks. The times that don't want to come against Esau. You'd have been an example for all the world. You know. It says, but this time, see, the Lord is. That's how we know the Lord is a change of power. And that's how we know it's not gonna be like how 2/3 of our people Esau killed the prophets, like it was before, how we constantly died over and over again. This time we're not gonna die like how they think we're gonna die, bro. We're gonna get busy this time, bro. The Lord's gonna give that spiritual power. And just like we've been saying, no other group talks about spiritual power but GMS. Why? Because they don't believe, bro. We can taste it, we can see it, we can feel it. We got dreams about it, bro.
That's right, bro.
The Lord's about to literally turn us all the way up. Right? It says, I have taken out of thy hand the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury, and thou shalt no more drink it again. But I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee. And who? That's what Yahweh said, Revelation 13:9. He said, those that have an ear, let him hear. Those that got that understanding.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
And vocab alone, he can try to tap dance around that or try to. You can't, bro. It's plain and simple, bro.
That's right.
Yep. It says, but I will put into the hand of them that afflict thee. And Isaiah 14 talks about that too. It says, which have said to thy soul, bow down that we may go over. Now who did that? That was Esau. And that's in documentary. It says, and thou hast laid thy body as the ground and as the street to them that went over. There's a period of time, remember, where Jake could walk on the sidewalk. Remember that? Jake had to walk on the street, man. If
That's
you was
right,
caught,
that's right. I got a movie showing that. I got to pull it up for brother. It was a movie came out back in the 70s, man. From an all-star cast. Denmark VV story. And Denmark, he's walking like he was supposed to step in the water and the mud and let the cracker walk on the road, man. Yeah, that's a true fact. A black man's supposed to move out the way and let the somebody walk on the road, man.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean?
Let me bring this out real quick.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to read it in the King James and the NLT. It says, Proverbs 31:8, open thy mouth for the dumb and the cause of all such as are appointed to destruction. In the NLT it says, speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves, ensure justice for those being crushed.
who's being crushed? The way of justice is going to houses of violence and make this to know it's wickedness, man. Because nobody's exposing this devil but the prophets. You know, nobody's speaking out about your wickedness, man. Nobody's speaking about your God complex, that you're not a God, man. Right. All right? And that you're really supposed to be a servant. Right. Nobody's been bold like that but the Israelites, man. Look at everybody that tried to come against Esau. They ain't come to correct power. Right. And Jake don't want, and you know, you got the Jakes that want to come with that carnal power. They're gonna find themselves in the trap of Esau, man.
Yeah, because you're infiltrated, and then their whole operation. Next thing you know, they're the new Black Panther Party. They ain't doing shit.
COINTELPRO.
Yeah, and the Lord never told us to take down this devil.
That's right. With his own blessing.
Even to have that mentality when Yahweh was on the earth, you're going against prop. Daniel told you Rome had the rule. So you're gonna try to take it down? No, man. It had to happen.
Had to run his course.
And this is the only book that pleased the cause of our people. All of those other books, the Egyptian Book of the Dead, you got to wait till you die for instructions.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The Quran, what are you going to do with that? You die, and now what I do? No, you need instructions for here, man.
It's dropped dead, then you get the deliverance.
Here's the book. Here's what you do.
Okay, here you go.
Yeah. It's stupid, man. This book really pleads you Israelites' cause, man.
This is 1 Peter 2:13. Submit yourselves to every ordinance of man for the Lord's sake.
Yeah, he's fucking with him. For the goddamn cops and the rest of them.
Submit yourselves to every ordinance of man for the Lord's sake, whether it be to the king as supreme, or to governors as unto them that are sent by him for the punishment of evildoers, and for the praise of them that do well. So you mentioned the Black Panther Party, they got the guns, fight the powers that be. No, the scriptures say be subject unto the powers that be. That way prophecy will be unfolded and revealed.
Right.
You know?
Right. And even like a brother had brought out one time, even like the whole thing with guns, that's really an outdated style of warfare, man. And Esau is upgraded. Esau can cover and drop a damn package on and clear the whole block out.
They got biological weapons. They got heart attack guns. They got sonic weapons.
Yeah, straight up.
This nigga's teaching like with one gun right here and 3 up here.
Yeah.
And a knife in his back pocket.
Yeah.
It's a car.
Yeah, it's a car.
Yeah, the drone wipe all these.
Yeah, that's it.
Like all they gotta do is press a button and the whole camp is drop dead. Yeah. If that's what they want to do, we need the Lord, man.
That's right, bro.
You saw something with the Xbox controller in the basement.
But you know what, them guys are set up to do that. Yeah,
They gotta do it. They gotta do it. You have zealots back then.
So
You don't have
when the
them now.
time comes, Esau gonna say, yeah, see, the Hebrew Israelites are terrorist group.
Yep.
You know,
We're gonna be numbered amongst the transgressors. It's just the way it's gonna be. As much as we try to separate, they're gonna put us all together. And the Lord is gonna have to. We're gonna have to trust in the Lord to know whose spirit was right in this thing. You know.
You got Esau making anti-matter weapons now. You know, to fight against the war heavy. Because they're carnal, so they think the spirit said, oh, well, that's matter, so I'm going to make anti-matter. Yo, okay. That's what they were using. Remember that video when it showed that yo, the angel was just playing and then they shot a laser and it just.
Oh yeah.
That was an anti-matter weapon that they laser that they used.
Bounced off.
Yeah,
Bounced off.
But
You gonna say something?
Yeah, Scripture says, giving no offense in anything, that the minute should be not blamed.
Right.
So these guys walking around with guns, creating this image, it makes not only themselves look bad, but everybody else.
Right. Yeah.
Because they're going to compartmentalize everybody.
Right.
You know, yeah.
That's your business. If you got that and it's registered, that's your business.
It's your business.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to link that to the ministry. Right. I can't tell you as a man what you can and can't. You can't have a weapon. Right. But that ain't supposed to be linked to the ministry. Right?
Yes. If you
And
got
it
a
should be
gun,
registered because it'd be some hot, you know what I'm saying? You get a hot, you get caught with that motherfucker Esau, it can become unprofitable. Bodies could be on it. I've seen that happen. The dude got off, but he was sweating. Like everything could have been linked to him. And to hell with weapons, man. To hell with that shit. Right? At the end of the day, we're gonna be saved out of here by the spirit of Yahweh Shemashah, by predestination.
Right.
Now, if you happen to have a stick and somebody run up before you deliver and you beat his ass with the stick, hey, that was the will of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? But how we gonna get up there? All right, weaponry ain't got nothing to do with it.
it got nothing to do with the ministry, bro.
Straight up.
That has nothing to do with the ministry.
Yep. This is the book of Hosea 1:7. Yep. It says, "But I will have mercy upon the house of Judah, and will save them by the Lord their power, and will not save them by bow, nor by sword, nor by battle, by horses, nor by horsemen."
Yeah, you ain't. I mean, wars have been won with guns already. Right? We've seen that. We want something different.
Yeah, that's right.
And then if you take out 3 Edomites, then what? They just gonna take out what you did on some other.
That's a scratch.
They're gonna still be coming.
That's not but a
Their blessing was the
That ain't nothing but a scratch.
sides gonna show up way more powerful.
That's right.
I got something.
You got it.
Okay. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, and I'm going to start with 15. But the righteous live forevermore. Their reward also is with the Lord, and the care of them is with the Most High. Therefore shall they receive a glorious kingdom and a beautiful crown from the Lord's hand. For with his right hand shall he cover them, and with his arm shall he protect them. Sounds like one. He shall take to him his jealousy for complete armor. Who's his jealousy? Us. We're the Lord's jealousy, right? He shall take to him his jealousy for complete armor, and make the creature his weapon for the revenge of his enemies.
Man.
He shall put on righteousness as a breastplate, and true judgment instead of a helmet. He shall take holiness for an invisible shield. His severe wrath shall he sharpen for a sword, and the world shall fight with him against the unwise. And we're that world that's going to fight with the Lord against the unwise. So the Lord's going to turn us up, man. He said, "Fear not thou word Jacob, for I will help thee. I will make thee a new, sharp, fresh creature and have peace." And I always like to meditate in that word "new," because we see Superman, we see Black Adam, our mind, Dragon Balls. I'm like, yo, you're going to make something.
You know what? End it on that.
We're going to make something new. But the Lord's going to turn it into weapons, man, so stay tuned. So with that, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Rakakodash.
And a Baba Ball. Double honors to the apostle, and there was a great millstone. Shalom.